Hello, everybody, and welcome to Awfully Silly. My name is Conception. I hope everyone has had a fantastic evening. I hope you all tuned into Perilous Paths, had some of my favorite games on there. Incredible show, and we have some incredible games on tonight, which I will get to shortly. But first, wanted to remind everyone of a few things. Namely, if you aren't aware, SGDQ is right around the corner. So Summer Games Done Quick 2025 is going to be live in Minneapolis, Minnesota, July 6th through the 13th. So if you're interested in attending, make sure to register for the event. You can still do that. !SGDQ in Twitch chat, or visit gamesdonequick.com for some more info on that. And additionally, about SGDQ, if you happen to be interested in submitting some prizes for the event, those submissions are now open as well. You can go on over to the website, gamesdonequick.com, for some more info on how to submit your prize. And lastly, if in case you weren't familiar, we got a lot of events coming up. Namely, we got Juneteenth coming up here soon, next month in June. You know, June's right around the corner here. So Back in a Flash's Summer Speedrunning Celebration, which is Juneteenth, is going to be live on the GDQ Twitch channel, June 19th through the 22nd. You can type in ! Juneteenth in the chat for the full schedule and visit gdq.gg/BAF to learn how you can join the Back in a Flash community. Yeah, we got a lot going on. We're staying busy in GDQ land, but we got to get started with Awfully Silly tonight, which tonight's theme, if you aren't familiar, is adventure games. And I'm going to use that in quotes. And you know how I love to stretch a theme. Most of them are pretty firmly within this adventure game genre, though. And the first one is no exception. We're going to be kicking it off live with Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, a wonderful, incredible N64 game that's going to be run by Giga. So Giga, the floor is yours. Take it away.
All right. Hello, I'm Giga7K, or you can just go with Giga. I'm joined here by Spock and Shoehorse, one of
That's us.
few select group of Hercules knowers in existence. This is a very fascinating game, and you'll see why very, very quickly. It's right in that intersection, right at the center of the Venn diagram of awful and silly. And it's best to just let the game speak for itself, although I'll have to do a lot of speaking for it in the next 5 minutes or so. So we will get started, and it'll be when I hit select file in 3, 2, 1, and go.
Good luck.
All right, so this is Hercules Legendary Journeys, not the Disney story. This is based on the live-action TV show. We're getting the TV show intro right now. This is literally like these images are just drawn versions of the intro that they'd be showing you at the start of every episode. Most of the footage just being from the movies before the TV show even started. Basically, Zeus has been trapped in an orb by Ares, and everyone's in trouble, and everything sucks, and the rest of the gods aren't really doing anything. So we're gonna go ahead and clip through this wall. We'll be seeing a lot of that, and then we're gonna do another trick, which is a pause clip or a pause jump right up there. And now we got to go farm ourselves some money. So you'll quickly notice that walls in this game very porous. We're gonna be pausing a lot because this game is very laggy, and we get to take advantage of that by pausing, which makes the game lag even more. And when we do that, so when we pause, the game sort of like advances by a frame, and in that frame, you're going to be able to clip through a lot of seemingly solid objects. Well, maybe not so seemingly solid. You could clip through these things by accident most of the time if you were to play this game casually. So we're going to be doing that a lot. You saw it with the barn. Then the pause jump, sort of the same deal. We use the same idea to get a little bit more height out of a jump. And now we're doing double jumps here. And what a double jump is well, it's pretty self-descriptive. Basically, if you jump right before a dialogue box pops up, you will be sent back down to the ground, first of all. And then you'll probably see Hercules do a little, he'll snap up and then he'll teleport down to the ground. And that means that's good. We want to see that. You'll see it just in a second here, hopefully. This should still work. Okay, no, not quite. Almost. Now we get to do another trick. Wow, we don't always get to see this one. This is a ladder jump. You just let go of the ladder and you're able to jump again in midair, which Normally, you wouldn't be able to, obviously. Yeah, so when you do a double jump, when you get it right, you'll basically, as soon as the text box closes, you will shoot up. You'll still have like the vertical speed, but the game will think you haven't used your jump yet, and you'll be able to jump again right after that. So it skips us climbing a ladder. It also skips the explanation on how ladders work in the first place, and lets us do this faster, which is good because we have to do this several times because we need 700 dinars. This is part of the tutorial, but oops, the camera sometimes just decides to shift when you come out of that room, and it can really mess you up. So you got to be careful when you start running now. But yeah, we need 700 dinars. Our mentor, Chiron or whatever his name is, the centaur, who we don't talk to really. Well, I guess we do talk to him a lot. He just says the same thing most of the time. He's going to give us 50 dinars every time we clear this little training course of dummies. This is part of the tutorial, this like Kokiri forest area. We skip most of the tutorial because it doesn't pay us money, and we want to get paid. And then we kill the dummies, get our dinars, sorry, got to keep it real, keep it authentic, the students of Greek history. And then we need 700 of them because we just have we have a long shopping list in this game. But yeah, so most of this beginning of this run just spent doing this. You would not believe how much time and fighting enemies it saves us later. Combat in this game sucks, so we try not to do any of it. And for the most part, we succeed.
So, Giga, what's the deal with that time left counter on there? What are those units?
It's the time. There's nothing weird about it. It's
didn't even think about that. They're clearly not seconds.
It's taking 300 seconds every time. No, so as best as we can tell, and probably just what it is that's just the frame counter. It's just counting frames. You might notice, if you pay attention right now, interesting camera angle again. See, no idea what causes that, by the way. If you pay attention right now, you might notice that it's going faster right now, and then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to look at this beautiful waterfall and the rest of this stuff, and it might slow down a bit.
It's say that it slowed down a lot.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to be generous to the video game, all right? It has to treat me nicely a little bit. Oops, I almost fell.
You're right. Luckily, I can say whatever I want.
You can, yeah. You don't have to play it.
You're free.
So, you already did your time. But yeah, so I went back and I counted those frames a while ago, like a month ago or so. This game is running somewhere between 20 and 15 frames per second just in this section. And it gets lower than that, absolutely. So this is a sub-Ocarina of Time frame rate with none of the smoothness.
I appreciate that you said the big number first to make me think it was going to be like, 20 to 30. That's not bad. You're like, no, 20 to 15.
20 to 15, because it only goes down. We're just illustrating the progress, and the progress is down. If you wonder what's in that treasure chest near the top of the waterfall, it's just a hint telling you can do your super punch to knock down walls, which we're not going to be doing that, by the way. We do use the charge punch. No, not ever. I guess we do it once in one boss fight, but it's not a wall because we don't care about walls. We use the super punch here because the dummies do take. I don't know why I'm starting with that one or that one. This is going to be a little weird.
Whoa.
It's fine. The super punch knocks him down in one shot. Nothing else really does. That should still be okay. A little slow, but we still got the double jump, which is the cool thing anyway. Every time, this is the save person, if you're wondering who this person standing in here is. That is Scribe. That is her name. She introduces herself by saying, I am Scribe. It's not just a job title.
It's a way of life.
It's a way of life. Yeah. Everyone's very proud of their jobs in this game, and they will immediately tell you what it is that they do. There's a few really good ones that we don't get to see. So we have 700 dinars. We're good. We can leave the farm.
We can get out of here. Yeah, you're saying most combat damage has a variable amount of damage because it's based on the number of frames of contact, basically.
Yeah, so most attacks are I guess like a multi-hit technically. Like even a single punch can hit multiple times, and because of that, they're dependent. It's tied to your. It's not tied. Tied might assume that it's consistent, which it's not. Damage in this game is largely random because the frame rate is largely random.
Nice walls there, by the way.
Yeah, those are.
That's a super punch rock.
Holograms.
Something.
It's a super punch rock, absolutely. And I think you're supposed to collect the key to open the other gate, but we don't need to do that.
There's something hidden. We were there at that rock was the first big boss of this game.
Yeah. Do you think I remember how to play this game casually? Not at all. We're actually doing a speed check right now, by the way. You're not supposed to be able to do this dive in the swamp, but if I hit Z and the dive input at the same time, I can dive in the swamp.
The frame perfect Z.
Yeah, have you talked about the normal dive tech?
The normal dive tech? Yeah, so the normal dive tech is, to describe the weirdness of the inputs in this game, the jump button is on R, the punch button's on B. That's a normal button. But to do this dive that we're doing constantly, you have to press R and B at the exact same time. So anytime I'm doing this, that's a frame perfect trick, baby.
Oh wow!
As far as I can tell,
elite. That's elite gameplay.
Elite. It's super elite. So you definitely won't see me, because I'm at this elite level. You won't see me punch the air for absolutely no reason several times. That'll just never happen.
If you did,
or some
you would do a random amount of damage to the air. Or oh my god.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So every time you punch the air, it has purpose. You're doing it for a reason.
It's celebratory.
Yeah,
every time.
There you go.
This is the first town of the game and also the first episode of the TV show. This is Trachis. We have to talk to this guard because we want to go fight the Cyclops, but he needs his teddy bear so he can feel safe. Even though he's the guard, he's the town guard. We have to talk to this lady. She's a little distracted, but she wants a cookbook.
Very unique appearance on that lady as well.
She's a unique individual, just like everyone else. And this guy just gave us a letter. He wants us to take it to his cousin. We'll do that in about 15 to 20 minutes. It's a bit of a trek. We gotta go buy this. This is part of why we need money. That's the medallion of Athena.
We need 6 of those, right?
Yep, 6 of them.
The run.
Hercules really shouldn't be buying those. I mean, those are just like his siblings. They're just, normal people to him, but whatever.
It's not a normal
supporting
family.
The charitable causes. We got the cookbook for this woman in the only bookshelf in the entire town. There was a key in it for some reason. So we're going to clip through this gate. It'll save us a little bit of a swim. And because we need to pause to clip, we're actually going to try and take advantage of pauses to clip through things, not here apparently, and equip items at the same time, because pausing is pretty slow because the game is slow. So we've got the teddy bear, which was locked away in the chest by this guy's mom. No joke. Anyway, he's given us the key to the Cyclops fort, which is just over here. So we're about to come to our first boss fight of the game. Gotta equip this key so I can enter the fort.
So then why not just clip through that gate?
I was going to say the same.
You absolutely could. You can clip right through that gate. There's just nothing past it. And actually, it might crash the game, I think. So, as far as we can tell, they probably knew how easy it was to go through things, because you sure do have to spend a lot of time just getting the item to interact with a door instead of walking through the door. There are loading zones. They had the technology. But anytime it's important to progress with a plot, they just chose not to use a loading zone. They used the door for some reason.
Hercules' block is also very powerful.
Yeah, so I'm blocking his shockwave attacks. Normally he would do a lot of damage with the shockwave. Instead, he just kind of does some chip damage, like it's a fighting game, you do a little bit of damage on block. So we've defeated the Cyclops, but we come to peaceful terms with him. He lifted the rock, he undammed the town, and then he got washed away by the river. Probably because I don't think this game could handle the Cyclops being out here.
Yeah, that bonk was iconic. Very
That
good.
was so good. Never happened before.
No, it's happened so many times. Just you wait.
wow.
You might get a genuine instance of that. We can't be squandering our one per run on that.
I've never seen it. It gave off the little sweats. It was good.
So we needed to do that mostly for this, mostly so we could get the water here so Aeolus could climb these intricate vines.
4 identical vines.
I say
also,
this.
that's not Hercules anymore.
No, this is Aeolus, his best friend. And as Hercules says, these vines are just too complicated for him. It's not that he can't. It's not that he's like too heavy, too weak, whatever. They're just too complicated. They're too intricate. Oh yeah, you're gonna quickly notice how friendly everyone in this video game is. Everyone is just very happy to see you.
It's really impressive though that every enemy has voice acting.
Yeah, I mean, how often did you get that? Not a lot.
Not often back in the day. No way.
If it looks like any of these buildings could be entered, they can't. This entire area is just a hallway.
It's only the Monkey Ball 2 level. That's just what it looks like.
I'm struggling to think of what Monkey Ball 2 level you're thinking of.
Honestly.
Late in the
But
game.
I believe you. I believe you.
It
get
gives
these-
me screensaver energy.
So we're coming
see
to
that.
the second town, Nespa. Also kind of going for a Kokiri Forest thing. If you ask me, the Fireflies just immediately make me think Kokiri Forest. I don't know. This game
I
wants to
see
be
it.
Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
So
I was
bad.
gonna say, have you
So-
noticed?
So much wants it. So I found a key there. And I'm just going to equip the key, clip through this gate, climb these vines to get to a treasure chest.
So intricate.
So intricate. We're skipping actually quite a bit of like fetch questing. Yeah, really the only fetch questing we're able to skip in this entire game is here because of that. What we are not doing is we are not going to rescue a child's lost cat, and we are not going to feed a starving person.
We are saving this man from the aura.
Yes, the mayor.
But just because he has a thing we need.
Yeah, he's got an important. He used to be the mayor of another town, so he's still got the key for some reason. They didn't change the locks. Bought another medallion. Aeolus is going to hand that off to Hercules. But yeah, the mayor has been trapped in a magical aura by Ares. Ares just has vaguely been messing things up all over the place. He's got the mayor sitting in his house aura farming. He's done some other stuff, which we'll see later. The Minotaur was not his doing. The Minotaur was working for Hera. Like I said before, that first town is just the first episode of the TV show. If you think, oh, wow, I wonder what other episodes of the TV show they reference. None. That's about it. There's some stuff from the TV show, but like nothing else is. You're not playing any other episode. There's just like some random characters. Actually, we didn't talk to Aphrodite also. She was in that town for some reason, but she's unfortunately not important.
Are you really playing the first episode in the first place? Do you find a teddy bear for a man in the first episode?
No, but it wouldn't be out of place for Hercules.
It wouldn't be. It was a real question, you know?
Yeah, no, there was no teddy bear. It could. You're right.
It could be.
I thought it was a commentary question, but no, it's. I believe you. It wouldn't be surprising if Hercules needed to go get someone's teddy bear, and he might just do that in another episode that I don't remember. There were 6 seasons of that show, people.
Yeah, one of them in Ireland.
One of them in
Why?
Ireland. 2 of them. Why
not?
As it was known at the time.
Yes.
I had another thought, but it's gone. Hercules makes me have a lot of thoughts in general.
And also disappears those thoughts too.
I would say the rocks, that first boss, I think these switches are the second boss for me when you're doing a casual playthrough.
There's a particular jump that we will not be doing instead of doing harder jumps. Oh, here's another double jump, by the way. So even dialogue boxes that you
Perfect.
you make
done.
yourself by interacting with the switch, you can use to double jump. There's less places to use that than you might think. We're not supposed to be up here, also. This is the fastest way to get to the next switch we need to hit. The game doesn't tell you the order in which you need to hit these switches at all. You're just expected to do it. I mean, if you're looking for an adventure game type of video game, this is absolutely an adventure game. It's just a point-and-click adventure with more walking, the way we play it. We're going to maybe do a pause jump up here.
So right.
We didn't do it. So we're going to do a ladder jump instead. It's still tech. This game is packed with tech.
That looks like nothing so much, but it is absolutely something. You just wouldn't know unless your hand's on the button.
This is the harder double jump. What I'm looking for is the really instant janky looking teleport, because you have less height to work with up there, demonstrating it a little bit.
There you go.
The timing for this is a little particular, and
nice.
There you go.
The frame rate is variable.
Looks tight. It looks tight.
It is
just from a visual perspective. Yeah.
And like even when you make it, it still is like, oh, you made it up there? Oh, okay. I didn't think that was gonna happen.
It's a surprise to you. Yeah.
And you still have to be mindful of when you're timing your second jump in the first place, because it still takes time for you to actually get to the point in your jump, to get to the apex of your jump and then do the double jump. That guy this is Thrace, by the way. It's like the central town of the game. It's the Hyrule Castle town. If Hyrule Castle town was entirely empty.
The central ghost town.
Can you believe that you have half the medallions already?
It's pretty crazy. This game is lightning fast. So fast.
That's one way of putting it.
So we're going. We just bought some stolen goods from that guy. He's been running around this abandoned town looting, and we're gonna reward his ill deeds by purchasing a coat for 200 dinars off of him. A hide. It's not even a coat yet.
A hide.
It's just raw materials. And now we have to go immediately back where we came, because we need to go make that into a jacket. Sort of jacket. It's more of a vest. It really doesn't make any sense why it would help us at all, actually.
It protects a man from the cold.
To be fair, it doesn't actually help you at all.
No, it doesn't help me at all. We'll find out why in a second. Slight chance of, you know what? I'm just not gonna talk about it. I don't want to invoke any evil spirits right now.
There he is.
The evil spirits do live in this video game. So this is a small cap skin, and that guy just told us this isn't big enough for us. Our muscles are too rippling. We're too jacked. This swag too tight
for sure.
So we're gonna head back. We do know someone who is small enough for this. I might be too. Nope. Smack. Yeah. So there is a timing to it's as easy as it is to clip through things. I mean, you could just, if you know that you can pause to clip through things, you can pick up this game, you can do a casual playthrough right now, and you'll have a good time. Well, you'll have an easier time.
You'll have a time. You'll have a time.
It will be easier. In fact, most of the people we know, which we should probably talk about, this pause jump is also a little hard. You need to do this at the apex of your jump. Like I was saying, timing for the pause step is a little bit tricky. If you're too close to the thing you're trying to pause clip into, you are the game's going to know you're colliding with it, or your speed is going to be locked at 0, or both of those things, I guess, and you're not going to clip through it. So you want to do it just before you are colliding with that. We do the dive. It gives us a little bit more speed, which sort of makes the timing a bit more generous, but you can just walk through. I don't need to dive through any of these things. I can just walk through them. In fact, I can also walk through this door. There's just nothing behind it.
So that nice sideways dive was because Hercules will lock on to anything and everything.
He'll lock on to, your friends' barrels. Doesn't matter if you can hurt it. It doesn't matter if you should hurt it. He'll dive
so
at
it was
it.
just like something off to the side that Hercules dove at.
It could be below you too. There's a point in the swamp where we try not to dive, because there's a chance that you'll just lock onto one of the immensely caked up swamp monsters below
we really
you.
didn't talk about that.
No,
but it didn't.
I don't know if anyone
it was right
noticed.
there in front of us.
If anyone noticed the juicy buttocks of the swamp monsters that we were avoiding earlier, but they've got some stuff going on.
Or how about the fact that
nothing on.
Aeolus, who can't dive, is able to just walk through walls because he walks fast enough.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, Aeolus Thanks for reminding me that he can't do anything, so I can take a drink of water. By the way,
Yeah,
A great left
you
turn.
only need the thumb to control Aeolus. It's great.
it's a nice
where are we
refreshing
heading?
break. We're heading to Alpsius.
Oh, we should have. Oh, this isn't the part
Just-
yet. Okay.
No,
Just one time, though, right?
Aeolus just mentioned that he was warm and snuggly in his new winter coat. By the way, the new winter coat, it's not covering up that much. Just
You're right.
we weren't really gonna get to see that, so I thought you needed to just know how effective. No sleeves either.
There it
Why did he
is.
need this?
So Jonas's power is that his arms don't get cold.
Yes.
I'm stuck. Okay, no, I'm.
Flip
Now
the
that's
switch of
never
destiny.
happened before. So yeah, this switch for some reason is locking a door all the way over here. It's not really the most secure thing. No one's guarding this. It's just like off to the side above the entrance to this town, which is right here.
You can take your sunglasses off now.
Right. So everyone in this town only talks to the gods. If Aeolus tries to talk to most of them, they're just going to tell him to get lost and say that they only talk to the gods. But this guy will talk to us because he's got something to sell us, which that tracks, right? So we're already down to 200 dinars. Now you know why we needed to farm all that money at the beginning. The legendary journeys is a shopping list and a fetch quest. Several fetch quests.
Legendary.
Legendary.
But if literally every quest is a fetch quest, like, are they still fetch quests at that point?
That's
think
one
so.
for the philosophers. Give that one to Socrates.
That's above our pay
They
grade.
met him, right? In the TV show? They met someone.
I just thought
Probably.
They met everyone. I don't know.
This one's particularly great, right? Because you get the small animal skin
it is.
to make a coat to go.
It's the most
go get
pointless.
a larger animal skin
If
to make
someone
a
would,
larger coat.
if someone would love to just find out how to do some weird inventory stuff and switch to coats so we can skip this entire Aeolus section, I would be thankful and probably dehydrated, actually. But
But on the plus side, you never have to equip the coat; it just automatically happens, saving all those
the
pauses.
only instance in the video game where you don't need to do that. This key I have to manually equip every single time to go through the door. But the coat, the game knows you've got a coat. It's fine.
You're wearing a coat,
We got a coat. So now we've got the large steer skin, and we're locking. Oh, okay.
What?
No, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It happens. Frankly, it happens all the time. Actually, that does happen before. Yeah, barrels. For some reason, even though Hercules can't damage them with his dive. By the way, see that? The lock on doesn't even help. It doesn't even help. You would be more likely to hit things if Hercules didn't try to hit things. It's baffling. So we got to go all the way back to this first town again. We got to go talk to the tailor, get ourselves another coat made. There's a guy in this town who I wish we got to talk to, right in this water wheel building, who grinds grain. When you talk to him, the first thing he says to you, Hercules, I love to grind grain. So now I gotta equip this large cowhide. I usually try and equip the cowhides in the building because I think it makes the game lag less. It probably does. I don't know why that would affect pausing, but I think it does. I'm gonna clip through here again. Equip this key. The key to the city of Thrace. Keep in mind, this is Trachis. This is actually the key to leave Trachis to go to Thrace. It's not even the key to Thrace itself. It's a little bit mislabeled.
Not worth the brain power.
Look, you know how many times I have
nice
to
jump.
walk down the same road? This is another instance where we're equipping an item we're going to use pretty soon and also doing a pause jump. We don't need to equip the key anymore, so we're going to equip this letter. We're finally going to deliver this letter. Oh, okay, yeah. Hercules might lock on to the satyr on the bridge there. He didn't, though.
This is where I was taking notes, where I realized the entire game up to this point, the last 27 minutes, have been about getting enough stuff to deliver this guy's letter. One big fetch quest inside of other fetch quests.
Now, to be fair, when you're playing the game casually, when you get to Thrace, you can basically go everywhere else in the world, but you have no idea where you're supposed to go.
Yeah.
So
you see that gate that looks like every other gate? You can go there. Oh, you see this mountain? You actually can't go there. You don't have the code.
True.
But you can go there.
Your superpower.
But now we're on trip number 2 up to Alpsius.
Sorry, should have warned you to put your glasses back on.
Well,
6,
who knows? Did you count it? I've never counted.
Yeah. I believe we go up here 6 times.
I don't bother to count because it would make me feel worse about it, I think.
But that's why if anyone can figure out a way how to get up here faster, that is many minutes of time save.
This game is
Good,
not
good conversation
complicated
to be had
at all.
here.
We did
You're gonna
just
talk to the.
We are going to talk to this guy. You're so
Yeah.
right for this. This is the wrong guy.
Yeah, you want the guy right in front of the cave. Yeah.
So I didn't know about this guy until a while ago. So this guy's asking if we had a chance to speak with Hephaestus, and we're going to say no, which is true. What are you waiting for? Pick it up. And I was hoping for a more reasonable time frame for such a monumental task. Now, Hercules, we both know that is impossible. I don't know what they could be talking about right there. Maybe we'll get some more context on that a little later because it's a little confusing. I'm not sure. That guy just told us that his cousin's dog had 7 puppies, which is important.
So,
that's the important news we came here to deliver.
It's pretty normal. That's foreshadowing. Chekhov's puppy.
We did just get a torch, which lets us finally go to the first true dungeon of the game. And you should know that these dungeons are brutally difficult when you are playing this game for the first time. They're just these huge labyrinths. There are walls you got to knock down everywhere. There are skeletons that play scary music and are tanks, and it's just like endless combat. And then you finally get to this boss who is an even larger tank and will just wipe you within 10 seconds, and then you're starting it all over again.
No checkpoints. Very little.
Yeah, no checkpoints. Giga is a little bit better than that and has some slightly more advanced strategies for handling these dungeons.
By the way, if we read the text, that guy, he basically just says that Prometheus just gave him this torch when he was a kid. He's not holding on to it for any grand purpose. And he's not even the guardian of this maze. He's just got the torch, which checks out. I mean, it was a gift to mankind, I guess, so that's fine. But yeah, so this would be brutal. You would need to punch down all of these walls, which would mean you would need to fight all of these skeletons. Because it takes, like 2-3 super punches which takes time to charge. And we just don't care. We don't care. We need to hit these switches in a particular order. This one's actually near the start, but I have to hit it second. It's a labyrinth, We're supposed to keep the Minotaur locked up in here. Yep. This is
labyrinth.
I thought that was going to be a good example of the timing you need to go. Where am I? Right now.
There you go.
They love you so much.
I might not know where I am. I think I know where I am.
We lost. Okay.
Let's go.
This Minotaur.
Right, made it to the boss.
They put him in a maze. All right, so this guy's crazy. He'll combo you for days. However,
one punch.
Just one punch into the lava.
That's all you need.
It's so good.
That's all you need. There he goes. He's burning to death. We're gonna take his heart. For some reason,
You're supposed to very, very slowly and methodically just pare down his life, and then you can finally maybe toss him in some fire. But just hit him once, clip him in there. It's easy as that.
So normally you need to whittle down a lot of his health. He'll block a lot of your hits. He'll combo you to death. Although we didn't talk about Hercules when he enters the road to Alpsius. Don't worry, we get to see it like 3 more times anyway. But when you go to Alpsius, he says it's colder than New Yorkers out there. I don't know why New Yorkers is the reference for a cold place, let alone a snowy mountain top. But it is. If you think New Yorkers is a silly joke, and why would a game about Hercules be making that joke? Have you seen the TV show? It is exactly in character. Like when we first played this game, so we should maybe talk about why I'm speedrunning this game at all. So everyone, the people who I have on this call with me, Spock and Shoehoist, for the last couple of years, we've been doing this thing called N64 Mania, where we play through a different Nintendo 64 game every Friday, most Fridays. A lot of the time, it's a casual blind race. This is Hephaestus, by the way. Anyway, he's going to tell us we need the torch. We already have it. Then he's going to make the heart into a rune that we need, and then we're going to do this trip again, and then I'm going to keep talking because trip doesn't have anything else going on. So one fateful day, we played Hercules: The Legendary Journeys, not knowing what we were getting into at all. I don't know if anyone really knew anything about this game beforehand. I had heard it was bad. That's about it. I'm stuck on this rock. That happens a lot. And boy, is it bad. Someone finished. Was it? I think JTB finished in like what, 6
JTB.
hours? 6.5 hours?
Yeah, closer to 7.
Sure.
Yep. And, but something about this game was just so fascinating. Then we later, pretty shortly after, we played the Xena Warrior Princess fighting game. If you don't know Xena Warrior Princess, that's a spin-off, the much more successful, much better spin-off of this TV show. They didn't get the good Nintendo. Well, they probably got the better Nintendo 64 game too, to be honest. Where am I going? I am going to...
You got to go to Nespa.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's embarrassing. I have to walk back up.
Yeah, you're supposed to take the portal over to
It's
Nespa.
fine. It's practice.
We just want trip number 7. Well, it will eventually be trip number 7. But for now, it's 4.
That's the thing that gets you about this game is you do so much of the same trip over and over that it's so easy to just autopilot and completely forget what you're doing. We're going to have to go not talk to Hephaestus again. We're going to have to go in Hephaestus's little man cave again, where he's, learns the art of the sword, making the sword. That wolf just kind of teleports through the wall or something. I'm not sure what he's doing half the time. I think he's actually above the wall. See, no extra time at all. Just a little bit more quality time with the road to Alpsius. We're going to go in here, and we're going to do the thing I was supposed to do after talking to Hephaestus. We are going to go over here and climb up the mountain from the inside. I don't know why there's like spikes here. It seems like you could die. You can't. There's no fall damage. There's no falling onto spike damage. There is getting impaled by spike damage, which we will see later. Hopefully not, actually.
Hopefully not, yeah.
Yeah.
We do need to come up here because they put a shrine all the way up here. This is where Demeter's medallion is. And then we're going to come down here. No fall damage.
No fall damage.
No fall damage. And we're going to show this person the Rune of Asterius. He's holding the key to this door. Again, we can go through this door, nothing behind it. And this door is going to take us to the road to Nespa. The only way Hercules can get up here, short of like if he learns how to super jump or something, that would still be slower in the speedrun, actually. So we need to come here because the second dungeon is back here. And the Aeolus can't do that. Yeah, so this dungeon is actually, this maze, labyrinth, if you will, the least labyrinthine of all the labyrinths. It's actually very helpfully labeled for us. We're going to get to go through a lot more walls and see a lot more skeletons who, again, we will be ignoring. So this is the Maze of Asterius. All the Minotaurs do have names. I just refer to them by their number. Sorry, did I spoil that there's another Minotaur? Because absolutely there is one more Minotaur.
Oh, no.
Yo.
But they all get progressively more challenging.
Like, way harder. It's actually true
dungeon is so
the
much
second
worse.
one, we've been watching a friend casually play through this recently. The second one blocks like all of your attacks. It's crazy.
And again, that's after you've already have to take out something like 20 skeletons on the way there.
Yep, and you do have to take them out because you gotta punch these walls, except bit of part where we don't, actually. Don't forget about the dogs. We gotta take out these dogs. Ooh, 5 deniers. Isn't that lucky? That was too late. I didn't clip through the wall. A good demonstration of that on purpose. Clip through these walls, and not this one. So sometimes the skeletons do mess me up. They're just kind of getting in the way, delaying my thing. This is a lot of every chest in here contains a key to another chest, which contains a key to another chest, and then that goes on for about 6 of those. Sorry about the sad dog noises, by the way.
Just the whole game, I cringe every time.
Sad dog noise is just too real. I mean, it's also probably just the most stock sound effect in existence, but it's a good one, I guess.
One dog was sad at some point to make it that sad.
On the mic. Ideally, and honestly, I do like to get rid of these skeleton dogs on the way if I can, because, you know, it speeds up the frame rate. We're not on a save the animals speedrun. In fact, it's too late to save these animals because they're already dead.
Well, plus you didn't save the cat earlier.
We did not save a cat. Sorry, cat. You might have heard some meowing in Nespa. That's because there's a lost cat on the rafters somewhere that I don't remember where she is even. Lucy. Her name is Lucy, by the way. Yep. Sometimes there's so many skeletons in this singular hallway that sometimes you'll just clip through these walls without even getting to pause. Not only will you clip through the wall, you just won't have the opportunity to try to clip through the wall. You'll just do it instead. So this is the last key. There's 6 of them. We finally got it. So here's the large key. Yep. So this is like the most vibes-based speedrunning in this entire run. You're not going to be able to see the next wall you're clipping through. You're not seeing the skeletons that are going to block you from clipping through that wall. You're really just kind of going off of the vague movements of the camera and trying to time the next pause so you can actually clip through the things. All right, here's Minotaur number 2. He has a name. It's Asterius, I think.
Yeah.
So we're going to hit the gong, open up this pit, and we're going to get him stuck. And we're just going to walk away, and then he's going to decide he needs a little dip and just get in there for us. So again, we didn't even land a single blow on this guy. I don't know how that works. You just get far enough away and the collision gets a little bit more ethereal, or he does like a jump attack. I'm not sure. I think he just clips through it. He just tries to go faster or something. I don't know. The game stops simulating him.
Again, yet another boss that is just completely miserable to fight.
So miserable. I honestly, I've never defeated that boss normally. You know, when we finally did, we all did go back to, well, most of us did go back to this game at some point and finish it for good. It just had to die, be conquered in some way. And we joked for years. Oh, wouldn't it be funny if someone speedrun this game? And one of us did start learning it.
Voila.
Shortly after. And then eventually we played this game again. I finished it. And then I went to a GDQ and I was really in the mood for speedrunning. And I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to learn this speedrun. And, you know, one short year or two later, world record holder, new strats. In fact, so we did this at As Seen on TV about a year ago, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And while I was practicing for that specific run, I actually ran into some weird stuff. And then I discovered a huge final boss strat, which we'll talk about a little bit later, that shaved like 4 or 5 minutes off of the speed run. This is the last of these pause jumps, which I totally messed up. This should be fine. Nope, I'm inside of that. For some reason, you can clip inside of that. I don't know why. It's just that it's an object. It's not part of the level geometry, I think. You might think, like, oh, you can clip through that. Going out of bounds must be so easy. And it's actually not. As porous as most of the collision is in this game, the actual like level boundaries themselves are pretty like ironclad. I don't know how or why, but you think you can like just clip through the walls and shortcut somewhere. Unfortunately, you can't. I wish you could.
Oh.
I don't even know where it would be useful. It might be useful in the Garden of Shrines, potentially.
Got some more New Yorkers there.
So yeah,
after defeating the second Minotaur, we got to go all the way back up to Alpsius. And you might think, oh, well, you just warped from Alpsius more or less over to Nespa. Just take that warp back. That's a one-way portal.
So
you got to go back from Nespa through the sort of ruins path, back through Trachis, back through Thrace, climb up Alpsius again, just to go talk to Hephaestus again, who's going to be like, oh, yeah, no, I totally know where you go next. Just doing
By the way, here's a rune.
Of just not giving you what you need all at once, but making you come back over and over and over again.
I've walked around that portal many times. I've been like, is it just two-way and we just didn't know? I've walked around spamming A on that portal thinking like, what if it goes the other way? That'd be so cool. It doesn't. There's even like a magical glyph on the ground, which you actually just don't even see unless you're like walking around that area from the other side, basically. Because I never notice it when I teleport there. I don't know. It would save us a nice trek, if only. A little bit of lock on here. This area is actually like, I have to think a lot about where I'm diving, so I'm not locking on to enemies and barrels and getting massively diverted from the path down the mountain. So there's still like, beyond my buttons, or my fingers mashing the same two buttons over and over again for the rest of my life, I am thinking about my route here. It's not free.
Finally get to go through one of the other doors leading out of Thrace.
So there's a couple doors that you can go to right away. And, if you're playing this casually, you probably will go down this path because there's nothing stopping you. There is something stopping you from where you do need to go next. But you can just go here. You can just go to the beach, Santa Monicas, which I'm still not sure. That's like a pun on Santa Monica, I guess.
Santa Monica, yeah.
But why?
Also, most folks don't take this exact path to the beach. They do the more dangerous one down below. But you just get to walk along the ledge, which is very nice.
Not supposed to be up here at all. Not that hard to get up here.
Decided that the path to the beach should be filled with a couple of instant death pits along the way.
Yep, and you will remind me to save later.
Absolutely. Before you head into the next dungeon.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a couple pits, and even the cliffs, they've got a couple like very, very steep slopes. If you get onto the wrong part of the cliff, you are going to just slide down and die. So this is the best town in the game. Oops. So good that I'm going to spend more time swimming. I don't know what the water is doing here. I'm not sure if it's supposed to look like that or if it's just like going up and down for no reason.
You got the nice vertical swimming technique too.
Jump up onto this sailboat. This person needs a couple things.
The person from Trachis.
How'd she get here so fast? Oh, she's got a boat. I mean, that makes sense.
That's true.
So she told us we need a fishing net. We're not going to go get the fishing net first, actually. Rare instance of us being able to do something out of order. We're going to pause jump up here just to get up to these like stilt village thing a little faster. We're going to go buy some bait. Another reason we need money. Same person. That's weird. Anyway, I wonder what this person has to say about all that. Let's find out why. What's going on here? What do you mean? The entire population of this town looks the same, and in fact, the entire population of other towns also looks the same. We're all sisters, Hercules. Father decided not to name us as he's very forgetful. I need some more context on that. I don't know about you guys. So none of you have any names? He had very little memory left. That's a weird way to put it, considering how many children he has. What do you mean had? Father passed away quite some time ago. He simply ran out of time. He was released from the hospital way before he should have been. The whole process was incredibly rushed. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't think that's about this town's tragic loss of their father. I think that's about something else. So if you've been wondering this entire speedrun so far, like, oh my god, how did they make this? Did they not know? They knew. They knew exactly what they made. They just didn't have time, I guess. I don't know why they were even rushing to get this game out the door, honestly, because this was like near the end of the show's run, and it takes nothing from anything except for the first episode in the first place.
Yeah, but who would have cared?
Who would have cared?
Who cared when it came out?
Probably the publishers and their money, I guess, would have cared about how long they were paying the developers.
No, who would have cared if the game came out after Hercules? I think that it wouldn't have been purchased. And in fact, I think it wasn't purchased anyway.
Yeah.
But it was a Blockbuster exclusive after all.
It was a Blockbuster exclusive. That's an important bit of lore also. So that must actually give us 50 dinars for the bait, which we already bought anyways. But that's very nice of her. So we are going to go over here. And we are going to equip this item while we're pause jumping up here. We've got this oyster, and we are going to do that again. Successfully this... Nope. Successfully this... Nope. Okay.
Hardest trick in the game.
This is actually way... hard. This is way easier than it looks, I'm sorry to say. So this lady shucks oysters. Unfortunately, I forgot to talk to her before equipping the oyster because I was pause jumping. But if you talk to her before you bring out the oyster, all she says is, I shuck oysters. This is Morgan. She's from Ireland, and also seasons 5 and 6. And I didn't give her the thing I'm supposed to give her. Because you have to equip every single item. But yeah, she's from Ireland. Somehow she's a pirate now. Or the mayor, or both.
Her surfboard over her, she's the Funky Kong of this game.
You also just had to introduce yourself to her again.
Did I?
Yeah.
Normal, very normal. She gave us this key that we have to use on this pillar. I'm going to do a safety save after I talk to this guy. Just because this dungeon's a little precarious. Flipping through that door, very normal. This is Scribe. She's actually the save person. Missed opportunity for her to be Gabrielle, honestly. I don't know why she isn't.
It is.
They have no Xena characters in this.
Missed opportunity to use a rumble pack.
You're right. You're so right.
I mean, there's a big shadow on that person's face. They could be Gabrielle. I think we headcanoned that at some point.
I'd like to believe she is. This is the most dangerous labyrinth of all. There's actually, we could take a lot of damage here. If I had a lot of health, I might just allow myself to take damage. I guess I did anyways. We are going to, what we can do is we can sort of pause clip through these gnashers to try and avoid much of the damage. It's going to be a little harder on this one. So I'm just going to kind of, pause a couple times and tank some damage. I think I can survive one more, and we'll get some backup health after that, so we should be fine. But this is why we have a safety save. I can't see. I'm vibes-based speedrunning this. Okay, we have, we have strategy. A little bit of health. All we need is 1 pixel. This is a more dangerous jump than it appears, by the way. There's just lava down there. It scares me every time.
It's like the gravity is super high in this game.
So I actually don't know if I can do this. Normally I would just block this spiked wall, but I think that would do a tiny amount of damage, which might actually kill me. That spiked wall is actually an instant kill. This is 1, 3, 2. Every key They actually are labeled, but we don't remember. It doesn't tell you which key is which after you collect them all. So this collection of chests contains even more keys that we need. I'm gonna wait and see where this spiked wall is. Maybe it's behind me. He's right behind me, isn't he? And there he is. That just happened. Sorry. My brain has been ruined by movie trailers. So here's our backup health. This is the most convenient place to heal ourselves back up. So we've got a couple healing items. This is one of the better ones. There's apples, then there's beer, which is more healthy than apples. Don't take that advice, by the way. Apples are good for you. And then there's bread, which is that's a good one. That's 300 health. That's healthy. And then there's meat, which makes sense. But there's like 1 or 2 meat spawns in the entire game. I'm not even sure if I know where they all are. So we got that key, which goes here. Got a little bit of health, so maybe I will block the instant death spiked wall, which I actually will. Blocked. Get blocked, idiot.
Scared me.
So that's an instant kill. But like we've seen before, and we're about to see again in a little bit more of a spectacular fashion, Hercules can block everything, including death. And actually, I think
That's true to his character.
If you are somehow blocking when you fall into a death pit, you don't die. There's no real way to take advantage of that. But
then you're still in a pit.
They're still in a pit.
Blocked at that point.
You can't unblock. You're just trapped.
Oh.
I don't think you have to hit these switches in a particular order. This is just the fastest way to do it. Either that, or they conveniently made the order the fastest order.
Love that sound effect.
It's so good. I'm not sure what causes it at all, by the way. Enemies vaguely.
Their stealth attack. It's when they're around the corner and you don't see them.
I guess so. The thing is, you think like only skeletons make that noise, right? No, regular guys make that noise too for some reason.
Oh. Okay.
So here's the third and final Minotaur. I don't know how.
His own business over there.
I'm gonna smash his pot, and then I'm going to block the lava. He can't block the lava. He can block all of my punches just fine. He can't block the lava though. If I never see another Minotaur again, it'll be too soon, and thankfully we won't, except for the SGDQ 2025. Catch you there. Woo! I'm gonna save again just in case. I guess I don't really need to do the save, but it's here, and I've decided I'm going for it.
It's quick, and there's just ways to accidentally die.
Mm-hmm. I might grab a little bit more health. I'm a little low, and I shouldn't actually need any more health at all. We've done most of the combat. At least we've done most of the combat as Hercules.
200.
So
but also tossing barrels is fun.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Do they all have health in them? Every barrel?
Every barrel. I don't think there's ever...
They don't all have bread in them.
It's a varying amount of health, but they all have health in them.
I think what you meant to say is you were tossing the barrels for RNG manipulation.
Yes. And there is some RNG coming up pretty soon, actually. Except for, the RNG that happens every single time you punch anything.
Whoa.
We don't do much of that. So the other side of this, I was able to get up without even a pause jump. Here, you need a little bit of a pause jump. Again, we're doing this mostly just to skip these death pits, but also just to get out of the way of these guys who, might be blocking us. We get to do a few more dives up here. Keeps us a little speedier. I still want to stay away from the ledge, ideally. I don't think I mentioned this before, but every time I dive down from a high place, I'm actually saving time. Because if you don't dive, you're going to get like a little bit of a landing stun when you fall down there. So anyone want to guess where we're headed next?
Let's see. You just killed a Minotaur.
Mm-hmm.
This feels like a good time to climb a mountain.
Yep. Well, it's that hot, cold therapy. We were just at the beach. Now it's time for the cool down. We're jumping straight from the sauna into the ice water. Yeah.
This should be the second to last climb up to the top. But this is probably a good time to talk about actually what's going to go down in the final fight, which is not that far away.
Yeah, so the final fight, we just aren't going to have time to explain it because the final fight just doesn't leave us with enough time anymore, if I do it right, anyway. So last time this was on Hotfix, I had to fight all 3 phases of the final boss, which is Ares, by the way, our half-brother.
Slow.
So normally what you would be doing, he has 4,000 health. When he gets down to 2,000 health or lower, crucially or lower, he would immediately teleport away. When he teleports away, it's going to start phase 2, which is just a huge wave of guys. The most combat we'd ever need to do in the speedrun, actually, at one point in time. And then, after that huge wave of guys, Ares would come back with full health, and then he'd spawn 2 clones of himself, and then you'd only have to kill the real one, but you still, that's a lot of boss fight. And it's even more boss fight because having 20 dudes show up really slows down the video game. So after the last hotfix, I went back to investigate something weird that came up while I was practicing. And then I dug around with some stuff more. I edited some memory values. I found out if you could get Ares' health to 0 before he teleported away, he would die. He would give you the credits, or he would give you the text that leads into the credits, and the game would just be over. He wouldn't do the other 2 phases. He would skip a huge amount of the final boss. And then I was like, okay, but how do I make that happen? I had a couple promising leads. I had one thing where actually I could kill him, sort of. I could kill him. But then phase 2 would happen, and then after phase 2, the game would just crash because he's dead and they're trying to set his health back to 4,000 or something. But then I found a way to stop him from teleporting away, which basically requires some tricky damage manipulation. We try to get him over the 2,000 HP threshold. This is Serena, the Golden Hind, by the way. She's going to go take care of the next boss. So we get him over the HP threshold, then we interrupt his teleport away in such a way that he goes back into basically his normal fighting stance. And then we're able to drop his health very carefully, because if we knock him down again and he gets back up, he's going to teleport away and then start phase 2 anyway. So hopefully we won't see that. I don't want to do phase 2 because it sucks. And then we just finish the game in one phase, and we kill him in 4,000 health instead of 8,000, plus a bunch of dudes. So this is the Titan Nemesis. She's got the last thing we need. We are not going to be shooting at her. We are actually just shooting at these targets. We're basically playing, you know, the castaways from Mario Party. This control is pretty much like that. Hopefully I hit those. Okay, good.
Praying for meatballs.
Yeah, we're praying for the meatball. So I said there was RNG. This is the RNG. Oof. She's got 3 attacks she can do. She's got the hand fire, the mouth fire. Mouth fire is okay. It leaves us a little bit of time to shoot an arrow. The hand fire kind of sucks. See, there I actually managed to get 2 shots off.
Sparkly fire.
I'd love to see Nona cook me up a spicy meatball, please. She's not doing it.
No meatballs at all.
What the heck is this? This is really rude, actually. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
So she's stunned for a long time after throwing the meatball, and actually there's a bit of a wind up to it, too. So it gives us a lot more time to aim for the next target and get a couple shots off.
Cannot tell if any of those are hitting.
You really can't, and sometimes they can be dead on and they just seemingly won't hit. Not sure how or why that happens. I don't know if we can get these off. Oh, I'm not chancing it. Sometimes it's worth tanking some fire. I've already tanked a little bit of fire though, so I don't want to invite anymore into my home.
One more.
Yeah, one more cycle. Two more targets.
Yeah.
2 more of these targets. One more sort of cycle of this. Give me a meatball. Nope. Okay. What is up with this? Is actually like really bad RNG, I have to say.
Jeez, this is brutal.
This should be okay.
RNG up earlier.
I'm not gonna have enough time to get over that. Another meatball.
Nice.
Blessed.
Yeah, with the triple.
Not really, but we're good. Well, yeah, the triple meatball.
The triple meatball, yeah.
We're gonna get away from the water because if you're standing directly in the water, the game lags even more than it was already like.
Don't stare directly into the water, kids.
Yeah. So Titan's done. We've got the thing we need. We need to immediately start moving so we don't get comboed by these harpies. They won't necessarily kill you. They'll do quite a bit of damage though, and knock you down. So we're gonna walk over here.
Can we get some jumps in there?
Yeah, this isn't this jump like so majestic. I'm taking this hoist to the hoist competition where they jump over the things. I don't know what that's called.
Golden Hind would be really good at dressage, though.
Yeah.
There's like eventing.
Isn't that the one where they just like walk around? You just walk your hoist places?
Yeah, fancy walking.
Yeah.
Walking diagonally and stuff.
They have great names.
So I'm gonna see if I can do this quickly. Save myself some trouble. I can.
Nice.
Perfect jump.
Woo! Let's go. I just don't want to jump over the scary death pits if I can help it. I'm not used to walking on this side, so I'm probably gonna dive less than I normally would. Just kidding. It's fine over here. The first part was a little weird, but this is okay. I might not dive here though. I don't want to chance anything on this side. Okay, we're fine. We are past the instant death. And we're about to go to the end of the video game. Actually, just kidding. There's one more Alpsius trip. If you can believe that.
One more climb up the mountain. You gotta get one more medallion. You only got 5 dinar though. What's the deal with that?
Pocket change. Always got to keep a little on you for emergencies.
Mostly it's the buy 5 get 1 free deal.
It's actually a little unfortunate because I'm used to having the 0 there as like sort of a visual indicator for Ares' health bar.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
I think the 5 takes up about as much space, so I don't think it's a big problem. But like,
it should.
If it, like I said, the damage manipulation is very particular, and like I also said at another point in this speedrun, the damage is also completely random. The only consistent sources of damage are throwing him and throwing a barrel at him. And everything else is based on the frame rate, which means it's random. We do have a way to sort of control that we can manipulate it a little bit. If we go into first person, the game runs fast. A little bit, not much. Basically, we just try and reduce the amount of things on screen while we're punching Ares. Because the amount of damage you do is actually what determines if he gets knocked down and stunned or not. Basically, as far as my testing has gone, if you punch him and the punch does like over 150 damage or something like that, he's going to get knocked down and stunned. And if it does less than that, he's not going to get knocked down. So we try to maximize the frame rate. We try to attack with a very specific order of attacks, and we hope that we can get him over to that 2,000 damage threshold and stop him from teleporting away and skip most of the boss fight. It's not 100%, but it is fairly reliable now. Once I realized how much first person helped, it got a lot safer, actually. I used to have runs just kind of die. It doesn't end the speed run, but it does make it a lot slower. So if you're going for a PB, it does end the speed run. So we should be fine just in case something does happen. This is we've been able to go here the whole time too, by the way. The nicest area in the game, and we're about to see it for 30 seconds or so. This is what all the medallions are for. We've been collecting them the whole game for this. Just depositing them into the various shrines.
I just realized that they don't make you go into the inventory to select which medallion goes where, but they certainly are going to make you do that very soon for something else that they clearly didn't need to do.
Go back here. We need to do the medallion of Zeus last. This one doesn't activate without doing all the other ones first. As if there was any way to get the medallion of Zeus early in the first place. I'm not sure why they set it up this way. That activates this teleport over here, which is going to take us to Mount Olympus, which is actually a floating island for some reason.
Floating island.
Can you pause jump up there instead of kicking the block?
I think it's a little bit out of the range.
Okay.
Pause jump doesn't give you that much more height. So now we've got Olympus is not very complicated. We're basically just, the block puzzle. Sorry, it's complicated. I lied.
Puzzle solved. Well done. Well done.
Yeah. Thank you. So now we've got to go collect the Chaos Emeralds. So we can go fight our brother Ares. And
Sense to me, you're in the Chow Garden.
I was kind of working off of the Half-Life Zen level design philosophy of floating islands and teleports and weird abstract level design. It's a very nice looking area. There's not much to it.
Wait, someone in chat referencing falafel? We love this.
All right, so we've got the Chaos Emeralds. Now we need to go. The Golden Hind is also here for some reason. I don't know how she got here. I'd love to know how so we can develop the speedrun a little further. She's got something else to take care of. There's a dragon up here blocking the way somehow. And we weren't able to do this in the last boss fight, but we can go into first-person mode and then just kind of headshot this dragon, which is a little tricky because the head hitbox actually doesn't move, but the rest of the body does. The head visually does. We're going to one-cycle that dragon with our hit scan arrows. It would be really nice if we could use those in the last fight.
That fight is not actually that easy. That is another one where we probably spent 10 tries, or you just take forever on it.
That's true, and yet it's forgettable in this.
Barely even remember it exists. So we can push this statue, but what we're going to do instead is clip through it and equip the gem because we need to equip this gem to open up the portal to our brother. This is also in a specific order. He says they might fit here as if they don't just levitate above the pillar in the first place. One more, two more.
But then we're getting up on the Ares fight, right as soon as we get through this portal here.
Yeah, so luckily we explained a lot because if this goes well, it's not going to have time to explain basically anything. I'll do my best.
You got this.
So we're going to run up here immediately and grab this barrel, throw it at Ares. Okay, good. We're going to grab the meat just in case. Sorry about the burp. First person hopefully gets knocked down relatively quickly. That should be fine. I'm going to throw him. That's 300 damage. We're going to try and knock him down again. Ooh, that's very good, I think. First person to get... Okay, we're over the threshold. Good. So we picked him up. I'm going to punch him to reset him after the throw. That's going to interrupt his teleport. And we're not going to throw the barrel yet.
No, he needs a bit more.
We are going to whittle down his health a little bit more. We can just do the same thing we did last time. We don't need to do as much damage. Just do that. Okay, and I'm going to go to another barrel because he actually catches up to you really quick. And then he does like this jump attack. So time is going to be at the end of this dialogue box he's about to give me. But there's a couple lines. So I'm just going to try and go for it. And time. There you go. That's Hercules. And that is one phase out of the 3 phases that we would have had to do if I did this run last time. Last Hotfix. So we've saved Zeus. Our dad is free from the orb. Everything is okay now. The people rejoiced. Maybe Hercules will visit your village someday. And that's Hercules: The Legendary Journeys. It is an awfully silly game. It's got way more sauce than it has any right to have as a speed game. I mean, I think it's pretty cool anyway. Maybe I'm just brainwashed. But yeah.
No, it's definitely cool. It is definitely cool.
Yeah, it was. Thanks for having me on the show. Thanks to Shoehorse and Spock, some of the N64 Mania crew, fellow Hercules sufferers, for joining me on this journey. One more little piece of trivia that I just have to mention. After we played both of these games, we just had to know where they came from. We watched all of Hercules The Legendary Journeys and Xena Warrior Princess.
Wow.
After. And honestly, it's a good time. Xena is a great show. Hercules is fun. It's pretty fun. It's not bad.
Except for the Ireland season. But
yeah, so this has been Hercules. Hope you all enjoyed. And yeah, thanks for having me on Hotfix again. It was great to show off the new strat. The world record is way lower than it used to be. It's at like 104 now. So it's going down. Probably not that much lower, honestly, but it's been developing.
He's on it.
Unless we discover some new tech. So who wants to go find a fast way to go up to Alpsius for me? I'll love you forever.
You heard them, get that out there. Where are our glitch hunters at, All right. Well, thank you all so much. That was an incredible run. This game is spectacular in its own very unique ways, of course. But I appreciate all of you for being here. The incredible. And welcome back to Awfully Silly, everybody. My name is Conception. If you're just tuning in, we are focusing tonight on silly adventure games. It's a very loose kind of theme to it, but these are all very distinctively games that are in the adventure genre, I think, but also very, very ridiculous in their own rights. Before we jump into game number 2, we just had Hercules, The Legendary Journeys on, by the way, by Giga. Incredible run of a spectacular N64 game. But before we jump into game number 2, just want to remind everyone of a few things. Namely, if you're looking to get more involved with our GDQ community, I highly suggest coming on over to the Games Done Quick Discord. We have a hotfix role in there that you can add that helps you stay in the loop with hotfix events, of course. But the server itself will help you stay in the loop as well on upcoming events. It also gives you the opportunity to chat with staff and more. So use !Discord in the Twitch chat for an invite into that server. And additionally, we were talking earlier about all the events we have going on. Flame Fatales 2025 is also not too far away. Flame Fatales, which is GDQ's all women and femme speedrunning community, they're preparing for their next event, which is Flame Fatales. Run submissions are open from now until June 1st, so we only got a few more days. Type !FF in the chat for more information and for the event itself, and also on how to join their Discord server and stay up to date with all things Flame Fatales. Now, without further ado, game number 2 in our silly adventures library today is a game that I already think is becoming like an awful, silly kind of classic, which is the Uncharted we have at home, Bad Way. And it's going to be run by Streetback Guys. So Streetback Guys, show us the bad ways.
Thank you very much for the introduction, Conception. Hello, I'm Streetback Guy. I am very sleep deprived at the moment, as it is 20 to 5 in the morning here, but hey, I get to showcase Bad Way for you, so I hope you will enjoy it. And joining me on comms today is the lovely PBB8.
Hello, glad to be here. Uncharted from at home is a great way to put this game.
It is indeed. And the next runner on Awfully Silly, who I have stolen some of his time to come on comms here, because he has also recently learned this game, and that is Firmino.
Yeah. And I'm also sleep deprived, so you are not alone on this one,
Yes. I appreciate you both, the sacrificing sleep for this little show. I appreciate it.
That's no worries. Us Europeans, we stick together when it comes to sleep deprivation. But without any ado, I think we should get this underway. Let's stop stalling. So, time will start when I click on New Game, and I'll count us down from 3. So in 3, 2, 1, go. And we're off. And now we get this lovely unskippable cutscene to start us off.
Beautiful graphics.
Oh dear.
Would you want to skip this though?
Not really,
Never in my
no.
life.
But unfortunately, there are some cutscenes in this game that we do have to skip just to save time. And one of them is a 3 minutes long unskippable cutscene. So we'll come to that when we get to it.
The tech to skip it is pretty hard too. I'm excited to see you showcase that.
Oh yeah, it's very, very difficult. But anyway, we are playing as Michael Wayne, and he is on the way to find the treasure of Mansa Musa because he is broke and he's in debt and he can't get a loan. So next best thing, treasure hunting. That's basically the story.
Seems like a good plan.
Yeah, easy way to make money.
Oh, definitely,
Famously.
yeah. Don't look any further into the story because I haven't played this game casually in ages. So yeah, and yeah, I've just climbed out of bounds. Easy level geometry, you can do that very easily from this starting level. So now we're just going to take a run to the end. It's fantastic. And
Textures are very nice.
oh yes, it's the best that Unreal Engine has to offer. Did you know? But yeah, so just while we're running ahead to the end of the level here, I'm just going to say that this whole speedrun craze started with Bad Way when my friend Swede, who you may remember from GDQ, may ran this there. He actually gifted me this game as a meme, and yeah, he got me into speedrunning it, and now we've grown a little community around it ever since Swede found a lot of skips. I've found a few little bits of tech here and there, and yeah, we brought people like PBBA and Tamino in as well. And how would you say running it is, guys?
It's the best thing that's ever happened to me, I'd say.
Yeah, same. There is a before and after, clearly.
Oh, here's the 3 minute
Car's
unskippable
fixed.
cutscene.
Okay, make
Yep.
sure you hit it.
Okay, so Alt F4.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Perfect. Frame perfect. Very nice, very nice.
But
It is frame
Great
perfect,
tech.
yes.
yeah, I did want
Oh,
to
nice.
see the cutscene. Can you put it back, please?
Oh, it closed the stream.
That's fine. It's coming back your way.
Whee!
Oh, yeah. I can just sit here and relax. Never mind.
Coming
Oh,
back our
yes.
bad way.
And believe it or not, that's actually the quickest way to skip that cutscene. Otherwise, you'd have to sit through it. But yeah, I'm going to have to do that for my lovely commentators every time I have to skip a cutscene. So that's going to be fun. No tech issues at all. Anyway, this is our only driving section in this game. And this car is not fun to drive.
Don't hit
Oh.
the rock. Of course.
Oh, that rock is
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah. If you don't get around that rock by slowing down just before it, then if you hit it, you lose all momentum, and it makes getting up this hill way harder than it should be. So I'm going to prepare to come to these trees, and I'm going to save and load. And what
Yeah,
that does
it's
is just
faster
gets me out of the car a little bit
Very
quicker.
nice.
Here we go.
So now we are going to, guess what? We are going to go out of bounds yet again. Shocker, I know.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Can't
indeed.
believe that.
There we go.
Fantastic. So Michael's just on this little morning jog, you know. He wants to explore the countryside. And I'm just going to quickly aim down my gun sights here, try and avoid stumbling as much. Oh, never mind. I fell over anyway.
Oh,
Well,
no.
That's fine. It
Enjoy
happens.
Those nice ragdoll physics, though. Yeah.
Oh, yes. That's part of what makes this game so wonderful. Also, Michael has brittle bones, so we just roll down the hill. No harm done. No bones
Nope, seems
broken or
fine.
anything.
Seems good.
Makes sense to me.
Of course. And over there to the right is the castle where the treasure is supposedly being held. I say supposedly for a reason.
Foreshadowing, huh?
We like to be subtle here.
Very.
But for now, I am going to do one of the tricks in the run that's most famous, and that is the crouch roll, which is you can either aim down a gun or just without a gun. You jump and you spam the C button to roll, and you get immense height when up against a wall, which is always very nice. And we will be using that quite a bit later in the run, but for now it is going to be just a lovely little run up the side of the hill, mountain, whatever this is.
And we are back in bounds. That's nice.
Right.
Oh.
Just as the game intended.
Oh, of course.
Ooh.
Don't worry though, that won't last long.
The subtitle overlap, baby.
It's the best.
I mean, to be fair, this game was made by one person. Shout out to Monty Games. He made this by himself, and for what it is, it's not awful for a solo dev. It's just, you know, the most wonderful piece of jank ever.
Yes.
Pretty awfully silly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's almost like we're on the right show.
Yeah. I planned it this way.
So now we are going to climb up the ruined castle walls here. Oh.
This
And
is a sketchy part. Very nice.
I hope the
Thank
guard
you.
doesn't see you. But...
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
They see you.
Yeah.
that's fine. They see me, but with a save and load, I can reset the positions and reset their aggro. And they shoot at me, but once we come into this doorway, they leave me alone.
Where is the treasure?
And now we just do a simple little puzzle.
I need to align the symbols with this mechanism.
Please.
Oh, hold on, Michael.
Clues I saw outside could help.
Something is weird with Michael. I don't know what it is. He doesn't
It
usually do
happened
that.
to me the other day. I was thinking I was crazy, but yeah, I'm not.
Very stretchy.
Usually he stays on the valve, but he didn't want to today.
Yeah, that's weird.
Just as I suspected.
Oh, this
Yeah, I'm
one is
gonna
not
let this-
that long.
Inside this,
Yeah. I'm going to let the first part of this cutscene play out, and then I'll do the good old
this must be
cutscene skip.
Brazil.
Delightful.
Oh.
Nice.
Anyway,
Oh, no.
Anyway, once I start the game up again, I will share it on Discord for my lovely commentators.
We are waiting.
It's a lot of tech you got to do for this game.
For real.
It's worth it in the end, though.
We appreciate your hard work.
Yeah, thank you.
It's no worries. I'm not working as hard as GDQ Tech, though. Let's be real.
That's fair.
All right.
They do work
So now
hard.
they do.
Garbage keep.
Now we are doing the bin skip, and where we jump at this wall, roll up. This little trick can be a bit finicky, especially if Michael
is
doesn't
so
want to
finicky.
jump up. So jump, roll.
Yeah, and when you fail, you ragdoll on the floor. It's always nice.
Yeah, if I can't get this soon, I might do it the normal way. But Michael, please. He is not liking it. There we go.
Nice.
Oh, very
Okay.
nice. Very nice.
Yeah, that's one of the more finicky parts of the run. It's not difficult by any means, but just you got to make sure you're in sort of the right position. And also we are, as you can tell, out of bounds again, and we are literally just going to run to the end of the level, which is just over here. And this is supposed to be a level where you shoot at many of Carlos's men, Carlos being the main bad guy of this game. Shh, secret. But yeah, we just ignore them. Anyway, this must be Brazil. So first things first, I'm going to roll climb again, get some delicious height.
Nice.
Whee!
I was scared there because I
Everybody.
ragdolled.
Very nice. That was a little scary.
Yeah.
And we're just going to take a nice little stroll around the mountains of Brazil. Beautiful textures. I'm sure we can all agree.
Mm-hmm. Gorge.
Gorge.
Nothing better.
Take a little early jump. Nope, I missed it. How did I miss that? Take a little early jump in order to get on this ledge. And as soon as I get up here, jump up. Fantastic. And now I'm just going to run across. Perfect. Right. Our main goal is to get to that
Just
building in
in
the
time.
distance. Of course. So I'm going to do massive leap of faith. And before I hit the ground, save and load, just so I don't die. And we are going to do a bit of wall surfing.
Yeah, it does seem easy, but it's not that easy for new runners. This part.
That part
Yeah,
is scary.
Yeah.
It is scary.
It doesn't
'cause if
even
you
look
fall,
easy.
Oh,
Oh, the best skip, the
thank
best
you.
skip. It's right now.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a safety save. And just going to jump in this little crevice here.
And you do it.
And... oh,
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I've never seen this.
What is
come
that?
on. Come on,
Oh
Michael.
no.
Michael,
Come on,
please.
helicopter up there.
Come on.
Come on. So this is the wrong helicopter. What we want to do is actually one where he floats straight up in the air, but he looks like he's making it. Yes.
Oh,
There we go.
nice recover.
Oh,
Wow. That
Okay,
was
I'm-
awesome.
I'm saving up to that because that was, even though it was the wrong helicopter, worked out very well. Okay, now we're just going to do a
Beautiful.
little ragdoll here. Didn't clip through the floor there. Fantastic.
Just nailed his tailbone. I imagine landing on your feet would actually
This
have
temple must be
Hurt
at
less.
least 1,000
Yeah,
Oh,
years
yes.
old.
The funny part is that when you fall from not that high, you easily die in this game, but
They arrived before.
yeah. It was not that kind of death,
Okay.
but yeah. But yeah, you can easily
Yeah.
die in this game if you fall from a little too high. But yeah, when you ragdoll,
This
you just
temple
don't
must
die.
be at least
some
1,000
reasons.
years old.
Yeah, this part you just got to be careful because the enemy AI is
Oh my
excuse me.
gosh. Oh my
They bo-
goodness.
They body blocked me there. Hello,
They
friends.
did.
They are not very cooperative, yeah.
Not very welcoming.
That guy just fell. Lovely.
Happens to the best of us, yeah.
Just for safety. Okay.
Very
Brazil.
nice. Very nice.
That was Brazil,
Stop
and
right
Brazil
there.
is the worst level in
I
this
said
game.
Stop.
As you can probably see, if you get the helicopter wrong, you go wrong.
Don't run.
And again,
or
that
I will
last
shoot.
bit with the enemies, absolutely terrible. But now we are going to chase this man who has a map that we want. So, yeah, aptly named title, Chasing the Map.
That makes sense.
There's not really much to mention here, so we will just chase him for a little bit.
Yeah, surprisingly, it's one
Yeah.
of those level where you are doing it like intended for the most part. Yeah, so yeah.
Oh yes, for the most part, until we get over the log that's coming up
Yeah.
here.
Oh yeah.
Whereas after that, we will do another little bit of outbounds trickery. I got swag log? Let's go.
Oh,
Yep, I got swag
very-
log.
Nice.
Oh yep.
Hey.
Perfect.
That's harder than it looks.
Yep,
Invisible
Agreed.
wall.
can confirm.
There we go. So funny thing about this rock is we go to the side here, then go over, and then yeah, we can clip into the rock and trigger the next level, which is a train level. I'm sure we love,
I love this level.
Yeah.
I
So
like
what
trains.
we're going to do is we're going to rate in a walk for about a minute.
I'm not sure you are
Texture.
supposed to do the level like that, but okay.
So Conception, do you know why the texture is doing that?
No, I don't.
I will tell you. So from Monty himself, he said that the way this level was built, he actually moved the level around the train. So the train isn't moving, but the level is. So that will explain why this texture is
Wow.
like this.
That is wild.
I mean, to be fair, it's a bit of a creative liberties, and you know, you've
Oh,
got to
for
give it up
sure.
for him.
Yeah, no, that's definitely cool. I never would have expected that.
But yeah, here comes the train. So I'm going to try and land on the flatbed car right into the trigger. Oh,
Oh my
Oof.
goodness.
Bonked.
Ouch.
We are
Yep, I
going
went
to
a bit
see
too
a bit
early.
more of that nice rock.
I've
yeah.
never seen you bounce
Yeah.
off of the train like that.
No, I just went a bit too early, unfortunately, but now we have to wait on the rock again. I apologize, but...
Have to, you
Hey,
get
it's
to.
fine. I mean, true. This is a privilege, after all. It's a very privileged rock.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a nice rock.
But yeah, that will also explain why the rope on Michael's waist is freaking out as well. And also, while we have time, I will say that this is run with a 60 FPS cap. The main reason we do that is to avoid any shenanigans when trying to do a helicopter glitch. Because if you have it on unlocked or higher than 60 FPS, the spin and the height you gain gets exponentially faster and more difficult to control and predict where you're going to land. Okay, I'm not going to mess up this time. Okay.
Hey.
There we go.
Beautiful.
Nice.
All right.
There's nowhere to run to.
Oh, this is a classic.
Yeah.
I don't want to shoot you. Give me the map.
No chance to respond.
I need to jump off the train.
And you want to know what the funny thing is? This next level is just called Nice Day. Just right after shooting someone. Have a nice day.
Yep.
I am going to be holding out my pistol for most of this level because, funnily enough, having a weapon equipped is the only way you can actually see your health bar in the bottom right-hand corner. And in this level, we are going to be using that to monitor our health because we are going to save scum past a load of enemies. And we are just going to head for that boat over there. First things first. Save load. And just
The camera is not following you, that's always funny.
Oh yeah, the camera always for some reason flips back towards the beach. Yeah. No, I have no idea why.
I think nobody
And there
knows.
we go.
Oof.
There we go. That was good.
Yeah.
Yep.
That could be a lot trickier than it is. It also depends on the RNG of the enemy placement and how aggressive they're feeling. But luckily it seemed like I had a good little pattern there of enemy placement and just how they were feeling that day, really. But
They were having a
yeah,
nice day.
But yes, this is now Pirates Island. And if you like the helicopter glitch, you're going to love it here. So, first things first, run off. And we are going to, you guessed it.
There we go.
Whee!
And I don't think I mentioned it before, but saving and loading before hitting the ground just negates all fall damage. And yeah, it also saves you from dying and it resets the enemy aggro, so it's also very nice. Anyway, this level we used to have to shoot a bunch of enemies, but thanks to a member of our community called Handsome Strife, he actually found a way to make this run completely pacifist, and I'm going to make a safety save here. And this is what we call Under the Ocean.
Why?
Where we're just gonna go for a swim.
Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Okay, that's very nice. And I'm actually happy I got that first try.
He's very fast for
That was really good.
someone under the sea.
Oh yeah, we're just all big fans of Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm
Of
looking for a
course.
specific cue.
After
That's a
Hercules,
bit too
Little
high.
Mermaid. Then we will have Aladdin. So yeah.
Yep, but it's fine. Michael doesn't
It's okay.
worry about that. Yeah.
Nice.
And welcome to the famous Doctor Who reference level.
Ooh.
Well, I say famous, but yeah, Weeping Angels. That's why. 1, 2, and 3. So, funny thing about this level,
Wow. A glorious tomb for a pirate.
Michael. There we go. Funny thing about this level, you can't save and load in this level after you push a statue. Because if you push one of these statues and you save and load after doing that, your progress gets reset, so you have to do them all over again. But if you die and the checkpoint reloads, that's completely fine. It will not reset your progress at all.
That must hurt.
Bonk.
Are demons or angels guarding this tomb?
That's a very deep question, Michael. I don't appreciate that here. And I'm just aiming the gun to go up this spiral staircase without bonking and make it a little easier. This jump is always a bit scary.
Oh, very nice grab.
Yeah. Usually I do back up a little bit before doing that jump, but I thought I had enough room there to just sprint it and just... My heart actually leapt out my chest there. Okay. So. Funny thing you may...
Oh no.
That's actually easier than it seems to do. Anyway, we're back here, so we haven't lost too much progress. It's fine. And that's what that was supposed to look like. And again, because I can't save and load, I'm having to rely on the actual in-game checkpoints, because I do not want all the statues to reset. I'm just going to take this a little bit easier and move this over. Cool. Anyway, this is a pushing puzzle where you're supposed to push this box over this plinth to get up, but we're not going to do that. Instead, we're just going to roll climb once to get up, because that gives us just enough height to actually jump up properly. And we are just going to continue about our merry way. Alrighty.
2 more statues.
And here... Yep, this is our third statue. So hopefully I don't fall off the pillar this time, because that would be awful.
They're very
nice.
slippery.
They look
are,
slick,
yes.
yeah.
Alright, so now I'm just going to aim down sight so I don't ragdoll when I land, thank God. And also, Michael has an inventory system with a grappling hook. Come on.
Oh, that's
Let's go,
cool.
Tardon.
There we
It's
go.
not come into play much at all yet.
Nope. Back before Handsome Stripe discovered Under the Sea, we would have to use that after fighting a few enemies to get across some islands. But here, yeah, we just use it once, then never again. Also, I'm going to aim here to avoid stumbling. And with that, that is the end of Weeping Angels. Now, for one final time, Alt F4.
We are going to the last
And
level.
I will be on standby to stream to my commentators. Fantastic.
Yeah, perfect.
Because even though the last cutscene of the game before we finish the run isn't too long, it's still quicker to quit and reload. All right. Now this section, Lost Treasure. It's about 2.5 minutes of just straight running across the desert up to the end of the run. So, yeah, how's your day been, guys? You had a good day?
Yeah, a very long one, but a very nice one.
Yeah, so I was
can
gonna say,
tell.
some of us have had longer days than others. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. How about you,
started a
chat?
new day, actually.
Oh, true. We are in the future after all over here.
Yeah.
This is true.
How about you, chat? Anyone in chat having a good day? While we just run through this desert wasteland?
What tells me the treasure is here?
And it's not an out of bounds, it's like the intended way to play the game.
Oh, definitely not. I mean, in a way, this level was designed so you'd have to go through this temple over here in order to reach the end. But there's nothing stopping us from just going around. And that's exactly what we're doing by just running here. So, yeah. And if you look at the way that Michael's feet are angled on the sand dunes, I'm surprised he hasn't broken his ankles.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot when he's running on like slopes and whatnot.
He's doing his best, okay?
He's doing great. I
flexible.
couldn't do it. So good for him.
Hell yeah. Alright. And just over this sand dune is going to be a bit of a tricky fall. If I fall from too great a height, it will actually kill me. So when I get up here, I am going to make a safety save.
Nothing like dying and restarting this from the middle.
Yeah.
Fun hurt anything.
I mean, you don't restart the run if you die here, but you do reset this level. And
the run, I guess, by level.
Yeah. So now, just gonna run over here, and what I'm looking for is an invisible wall that I can run on. Found it.
Nice.
There it is.
All right. So now, I think I've lined myself up just fine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start rolling.
The end is quite near.
Yep, and time will be coming up as soon as the screen turns to black and I'll step on this second step. So time will be now.
GG.
Nice.
I finally made
Ooh.
it.
And
Fuck.
ignore discount Agent 47 here. This is Agent 48.
I was gonna say
But yeah,
4.7.
But yeah, that was a bad way to be continued. And Monty of Monty Games did actually say he is going to be opening the Steam page for Bad Way 2 soon. So hopefully we'll look out for that.
Yes.
And
It's happening.
if you did enjoy
wait.
this game, then please do give it a play because it's such a treat to experience. And thank you for having me, and thank you for letting me showcase this game. Anything you want to say, PBBA, Tamino?
Don't wait for me. I will talk a lot later also.
Yeah, you'll have some time.
No, it's great to be here. Thanks for showing me such a good time with Bad Way. It's always fun to watch this game. You always see something new, I feel like. Every time I've seen this game many times running, there's always a new little quirk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, always.
Yeah, and the community is very welcoming. I just arrived and those guys are very cool with new owners, so if you want, you can come with us. I mean.
Yep. And I have made a tutorial video for the basic strats as well, if anyone does fancy picking this game up and giving the run a shot, because it's not that bad and it's actually quite fun. Also very short, so you can get many in a day. But
Absolutely.
yeah, that's all.
Hey, that's great. Thank you, thank you all so much. Yeah, I've seen many runs of this game now. I do agree. You do see something new every time, which is always exciting. But yeah, this game, like I said at the top, is very quickly, in my brain at least, becoming one of those like awful and silly staples, you know, like Superman 64 or like Arabian Nights, which is going to be coming up next year soon. So thank you for taking the time, especially thank you for staying up to take the time to show us this. Very much appreciated. For everyone out there, all right, everybody, welcome back to Awfully Silly. If you're just tuning in, we are having an incredible time with some very, very silly adventure games. We kicked it off with Hercules, followed that up immediately by Bad Way, both incredible runs. Be sure to check them out later if you happen to miss them, but we do have one more incredible run for you. But before we jump into that, really quick, wanted to remind everyone that if you're looking to catch up on past Hotfix shows, special events, GDQ marathon runs, feel free to go on over to youtube.com/gamesdonequick. If you happen to be watching this episode right now on YouTube, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can stay up to date with GDQ's goings on. If you're also interested in checking out what else we have going on with Hotfix, you can take a look at this week's schedule and explore our full season lineup at gdq.gg/hotfix. That will get you over to our schedule. Last but not least, another event coming up in the GDQ Stratosphere is the annual Sonic Hotfix event. That's right, it's back, and it's going to be Sonic and the Sega All-Stars. This event will be live June 14th and 15th, starting at noon Eastern each day. This year, we're expanding beyond Sonic Speedruns to include other iconic Sega franchises. So we're getting a little bit more broad here, and there's going to be so many incredible runs. Type !Sonic in chat for the full schedule, and let us know what you're excited to see. Without further ado, the final game in our Silly Adventure Games block, as I already teased at the end of the last one, is one, in my opinion, one of the most iconic, awful, and silly runs of all time, and it is Arabian Nights. This one is going to be run by a very familiar voice, which is in Tominho. So, Tominho, the floor is yours. Show us some Arabian Nights.
Yeah, thank you, Conception. Arabian Nights, what a wonderful game. I will not be alone in this adventure because there will be also Nitzel with me. How are you, Nitzel?
Hello everyone, I'm doing fine. It's like a lot of people, it's a bit early, but I had a good night's sleep and been able to watch the full Awfully Silly show live for months. And yeah, this game is pretty special. It's kind of a Kuso Classics. It's been on a GDQ several times, and yeah, it's always a pleasure to see this game.
Yeah, you never know what will happen.
That's right.
So yeah, when you're ready, I'm ready. We can do a small countdown.
Well, you're the one running it, so you can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
You
go.
got it.
So I'm going to do it right now. 5, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Woo!
My dearly beloved, it is now time to go find my father, the Sultan, so he can grant you my hand. As you know, tomorrow is my 20th birthday, and we must absolutely get married. Afterwards, it will be too late. Meet me tonight at the cemetery, just after prayers, and we will go to the palace together. I'm very frightened. I feel as if I'm being watched. If something were to happen to me, let my father know. He will trust you. Thank God for tomorrow, when our hearts will be united for eternity. Your betrothed, Melissa.
So yeah, I'm not sure this is the most effective way to write a letter, but
No.
here we go.
Certainly not. On carpet? Paper on carpet? Come on.
I could have skipped this cutscene, but yeah, you know.
Yeah, it's just
You
way too
can't.
good to skip it. So.
Yeah, we are doing also a small detour because
My heart trembles for your beautiful eyes, Allie. Come closer, darling. It is I, Melissa, your sweet princess. How happy I am to see you again.
Say your prayer, scum of the earth.
whoa. So yeah, it was not really the princess because the game would have been over, but no.
Yeah, very short game. Yeah.
So Tomino, it's pretty early. Can you get us some bread, please?
Yeah, I'm going to take it. Wait a minute, I just need to go through this wall. And yeah, of course.
So, yeah, this might be one of my favorite bugs in speedrun history because it's the way it works is really dumb. Because so you clip through the wall, which is already quite easy for a game like this. This is a PC game from 2001, and yeah, what happens once you're out of bounds is that your character will fall, and every time you reach the bottom of like the game, he just spawns back to the top. And every time he respawns, he falls a little bit faster. And every time you reach the bottom, you get a random item from the level. So right now we are waiting to get a specific item.
No, not the item, the cutscene.
The cutscene.
Sometimes it's the item.
Yeah, because the cutscene is an item.
Yeah. And
Of course
sometimes
it is.
recently I have had some trouble with this one because sometimes it reached me on the wrong cutscene. I hope it will not happen today because It happened quite a lot those last rounds, so we will hope.
Yeah, fun fact about this game is that thanks probably to the community and people who watch the GDQ rounds, this game has been officially preserved. It's on Good Old Games.
Yes.
So you can officially play this if you want. Absolutely love the shadow here. That just completely goes
Working
wide.
as intended, yeah. So yeah, for the story, it's Melis. It's the princess we are looking for. As you
Yeah, it's like the 5 daughters of the Sultan. So they are quintuplets, and when they reach their 20th birthday, if they are not married, they will get cast out of the palace. And so their goal is just to get married, and you're the one who will be marrying all of them today. And yeah, the bad guy actually expelled kidnapped each of the girls right before their birthday just to make sure that they don't get married. So we have to rescue them. It's a plot, I would say.
Yeah.
Technically, by definition, it's a plot. Yes.
Listen.
Yeah. We need to save her.
So here we're going to have a pretty big skip. We're just going to do a wall jump, a backwards wall jump to get a chain that normally we would have to make it fall down to be able to climb. There are a lot of weird items that you can collect in this game, like there's a ring that slows you down that you can collect in this level. I have no idea if it actually slows you down. I wouldn't be surprised if it does.
Never collected it, so yeah.
The master will not be pleased if we fail. Go.
Watch out!
Yeah.
We play that. I'm a little.
Yeah, here we're going to use a little bit of magic. There are not that.
I got the skipper. It's cool.
Oh, you got the skip. Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I actually never seen it.
Yeah, but I don't do it often, so don't worry. It's just with the mechanic of stabbing.
The genie who created me, and no one can kiss me before marrying me. Should that happen, the good genie would immediately take me back to my father. Oh. Well then, give me a kiss, my pet. Then meet me at the palace.
So nobody can kiss her before she gets married, but
don't ask
when
too
she
much
gets
questions.
kissed, she gets teleported back to the palace. So that's a way to get home.
I'm sure there is some kind of logic, but we are not smart enough to get it, I guess.
Yeah, it's like the daughters. They were created by a genie, so there's like a magic aspect to it.
Yep.
Here we're going to collect several pieces of a puzzle. To be honest,
it's a little later. Wait.
Yeah, of course, you're going to hear these scream from enemies throughout the whole level because the audio is really all over the place in this game. And something that's nice is that as well the audio level of the game changes based on the computer on which you play the game. So thankfully Tomino is used to his computer. But
yes.
The pretty fun fact is that when you run this in marathon, you don't know how, in live events, you don't know how bad the audio is going to be.
Yeah, it's quite random, yeah. So yeah, the puzzle pieces, just like you said, we are starting to play them.
So we need 5 puzzle pieces, then we're going to fight a bunch of snakes, which are really annoying to deal with.
Yeah, because if you get poisoned, yeah. Oh no! I misclicked, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, there is a little save. on this game, and I just.
Yeah, at least you didn't crash this time. Because last time I did commentary for this game for you. Every time you did a fast load, the game would just crash.
Yeah, that was awful.
Jeez.
It was just for a level, but it was during the hardest one, so yeah, it was quite painful.
I can imagine. Jeez.
Yeah. You don't know.
So yeah, when I was younger, this game really confused me because I was reading through some video games magazines back then, and the character is dressed exactly just like in Prince of Persia 2. And a year before this game was released, actually two, Prince of Persia 3D was released. Then there was a Dreamcast port of Prince of Persia 3D, which was called Prince of Persia 3D Arabian Nights. And then game was announced, which is called Arabian Nights. So I was super confused about what I was reading.
They did not make it easy on you, yeah.
And that's why it's the Prince of Persia community that is running it. It's one of the only games they accept that is not a Prince of Persia, so that's the reason why. We are going to see the
yeah, I think this is really the only game that they accept because it is Prince of Persia.
It is. Yeah.
And I mean,
Thank you for freeing me, my good friends. We shall meet again.
We are not going to meet again. Sorry.
No, we won't see him again. Even casually, you don't see him again.
No. I don't know. I never did the game casually. From what I understood, it's not that easy because there are a lot of difficult little enigmas. But as I never did them, I would never be able.
And yeah, there are some glitch that we'll do later on that even casually you're able to do them. I know, like the way to do double jumps that you'll see later is something that that happened to me the first time I played this. So. So yeah, walls are just an illusion in this game. We're going to try to reach the second daughter here, and if I'm not mistaken,
soon, yep. I hope I don't die during that jump because it never happened before, but it happened the other day, so yeah, you never know.
Yeah, something that it's a bit confusing is that when you fall at the bottom of the screen, you activate trigger cutscenes. And something that can happen is that the moment you trigger the cutscene, you can actually die. It's completely randomized.
Oh my gosh.
And yes, that's the part of the level when I can't save, because if I save, I will not get the item I want. So I will save when I get it, so quite soon.
Okay, here we go. Okay. We have the flute. This is going to be super useful because every time you jump, if you use the flute, it resets your jump, so you can infinite jump that way.
Yeah, that's the most broken item on the whole game. We are going to abuse it a lot. No, we hope, because that's a part where it's quite random. You can die randomly. There is no way to avoid that. So I hope we get the cutscene. It should be quite soon if I'm lucky.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, I'm rich. Oh, maybe. Yes.
The classic.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
When you don't die first try, it's a world record pace, so you know. So. But I saved just before, so yeah, we will try it a few times and it will work.
Until Ali survives. So.
Yeah, we hope he does. Yep, no. I'd say it's
So
like a 50-50
do you have
chance,
a
I guess.
record for how many times he died in a row in one of your runs?
I don't know, but it's starting to be a lot.
We're already at 4, which doesn't happen really often. So
yeah, it's quite good already. Yeah, because most of the time it's like a 50% chance. Oh, yeah, okay, let's go. But it will work at some point. Don't worry.
yeah, get ready to dance, everyone.
Yeah.
Because at least if
Oh,
it's
nice.
yeah, here we go. So we
Let's
can
go.
dance.
Yeah, there it is.
So here it's pretty simple. It's that you have an arrow. The 4 directions of the arrows actually triggers different dance, and you just have to copy what she's doing.
Yeah, I hope I don't jinx
And-
it because sometimes.
There's a weird thing is that if you're out of box during this dance section, apparently it shows you the arrows and not the name of the moves.
Yeah, that can happen. Yeah, I don't really know exactly how it works, but sometimes it happens. Yeah.
Who are you? You do not look terribly noble. Yet I feel troubled.
Nothing is right with this game.
Nah.
I am overwhelmed with joy from being near you. Quick, let us go see my father so that he may unite us.
We met 5 seconds ago. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, but
Makes
I
sense.
mean, she would. In her defense, she would lose all of her wealth if she doesn't get married really, really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has external motivation for sure.
That's it. That's not true love. You mean?
Maybe, we don't know for sure.
This is the man I wish to wed.
Oh, cutscene.
He is penniless, but his heart is full of riches.
I know that already.
Sorry.
Whoop.
He has numerous qualities, and I think that the fine rewards that are promised.
So yeah, by moving the mouse during when you enter the cutscene, you can just break it and you can play during the cutscene. So
Yeah,
can
the
just
video is supposed to be
people.
clear, but yeah.
This game is a masterpiece.
Oh, yeah.
I simply wished to point out to His Majesty the sun was going to rise soon, and that our valorous seducer had only one day left to ease your most majestuous sorrow.
Yes. Thank you for bringing us back to the harsh reality, most precious vizier. My other daughters are out of the palace. I feel it. Make haste, my son. My future son.
Yeah, it's a skippable cutscene, but we are
Why
not
would
going
you?
Nah.
So yeah, 3 princesses left to marry, and there's actually one that we completely skip, I think.
Yeah.
So next one is the one where we have to offer flowers, right? Or am I
Yep.
missing? Yeah. Okay.
Quite
So
soon
yeah,
now.
the next one we need to collect different type of flowers to do a bouquet and offer it to her, because apparently just the motivation of becoming poor and being expelled is not enough for her. She wants a bouquet.
Yeah, makes sense. I guess. So yeah, we just have this small part in this underground. I don't know what it really is, but something like that. And then we will arrive in the garden to collect some flowers. Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoy our enemies are really polite and wait for you to finish your
Yeah, that's cool.
interactions to attack you.
It's really kind of them, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not every game does that. That's nice of them.
They should. Okay, let's go to the garden. We didn't talk too much about the save system, but yeah, I think they knew what they were doing and they put a quick save system. So thanks a lot, because it would not be the same game without that.
I mean, that's the luxury of PC speedrunning, having fast saves and fast loads.
Oh, the singing wind, that's the first flower.
Yeah, we did that skip, that glitch again with the floor. So we collected already some of the flowers. I think we collect half of them this way.
Maybe a little later doing another fight, if I'm remembering it right, but...
It's your speedrun, so I hope you remember.
I'm not even sure about that kind of stuff, you know.
It's just not like in the old days. Well, to start with, go get me some pear pips in the fruit garden.
So yeah, coming up, we're going to have one of the most annoying sessions. Because you have to... You have to carry... what's the name again in English?
A bucket.
A bucket. Yeah, you need to carry a bucket all around the level. And as you'll see, Ali is really slow while moving with that. That's definitely a part in the run where if we could break it, we would be really happy with it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, this is a French game. So it was made by a company called Silmaris. And the particular things about them, so they made computer games back in the 80s. Like they started on the Amiga, then they moved on to PC, and the final game was on the PS2. The year they released this game, they released another game which is really infamous in France, based on comedy movies called The Visitors. The weird thing is that the game was released like 4 years after the release of the movie, and it doesn't make sense to release a game like that so late.
And if you want, I'm the world record holder on that game because we are only two, so you can run Les Visiteurs if you want.
There you go.
I mean, it's really a French.
It's very, very, very French. Yeah. It didn't do anything wrong, but yeah.
We skipped it right away, but we had a cutscene with like a monkey, and for some reason that cutscene is the only one that loops forever.
Yeah, I could have let it for like 10 minutes if I wanted, but yeah. I don't know why I didn't, I should have, yeah.
Yeah, so to open the door, we need to fill these vases with water.
Yep.
And yeah, this part is really, really long with not much happening.
Yeah, but
yeah,
just after that there will be a nice tiger,
you know. The Visitors is both on PS1 and PC. It's like the PC version is, I would almost say, fine. The PS1 version is a complete nightmare.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not running the PS1 version. No, don't touch me. I tried, I didn't.
I really want to at some point, but yeah.
Oh, you are welcome if you want, but good luck.
I would love to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, the character is as slow as Ali right here, but during the whole game, so yeah.
So yeah, unfortunately, a year after releasing this game, Silmaris shut down, which is a shame. Really like the fact that the door opens here in this direction, and then when you're going to cut, you'll see that it opens the other way, and it's closed between a cutscene. It's just weird.
Yeah, but the tiger is very nice, so that's the important part.
Here we go. We just opened the door, and
it's the other way.
Open the other way. Sometimes you actually see the animation again of the doors opening.
I'm not sure. Not this one. Maybe somewhere else on the game that we.
The thing as well is that there are different versions of the game because it censored bits of it in places, so you can see difference sometimes.
No.
Yeah, the tiger will try to be nice with him and just run away.
Yeah. We don't want to hurt a beautiful animal like that. That would be quite sad. We are going to eat the pear because the gardener wanted some some peers, yeah.
So are you still using health potions potions in the run? Because I absolutely love the animation of the potions.
And not always when the run is going well, I don't need to, but maybe a little while later I may need it, so I will try if needed. But if not needed, I can also take them.
Magpie, go get my hoe. It's in the chest in the copse. Here's the key.
Yeah, and spoiler, this guy is an evil mastermind. If you want some lore, he's the brother of the Sultan, and he didn't like the fact that his younger brother got the throne with a genius, with the help of the genius. I'm playing some fruit, why not? Did I get the... how do you say that? L'arrosoir?
Yeah, you got it. The water
Okay,
can,
nice.
you got it earlier.
I will try a random number. I don't know if it will work, but this one seems fine, maybe. Oh, first try. Nice.
So yeah,
Okay,
I think that's the
flower.
final flower that we needed. So
There is 2 more.
2 more.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
But one of them is not a flower, so it doesn't count. So we will talk about it when we arrive and we have that flower. So it doesn't seem like it, but when you are going through the route, sometimes it's a little complicated. We can stay here for a while before going through, but in the end, it always works.
I really like as well all parts of your character just decide to disappear.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it should be here. And one of the cool parts with this flower, if we can get here, I will just press a key on my keyboard, the T key, and debug mode. Oh no, I died! No, why? I wanted to show off and I died. That's sad.
Hey, sometimes it happens that way.
Yeah. I didn't save from here.
So yeah, the devs didn't disable one of the debug key, and so by just pressing T, you unlock one of the items, and that's the only items that works that way in this game.
We go slowly. Yeah, okay. So yeah, the rainbow flower. So we are lacking the best flower, I guess. You don't remember what's the last flower itself?
No, I don't remember.
You will see soon. It's a very nice one.
So I'm more of a casual viewer of this game. Like I don't want to. I don't want to speedrun it or like watch it.
You will love it, I'm sure. But yeah. We are going to grab it soon.
I don't know. I started doing a couple of speedruns on
go,
PC,
we got
on
it.
old PC. Oh, the
Cactus.
cactus.
Yeah.
So
classic
wait,
flower.
you put cactus in your bouquet?
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
I don't see the problem. Okay,
And
we got
here
all the
go with
flowers.
the trigger for the cutscene.
Yep.
So if you don't have the flowers, something really fun happens. You get like a floating head telling you that you don't have everything.
Yeah, there is a ton of cutscenes like that. Yeah.
Being my spouse.
The head is doing the face. Perfect.
I have a pass, signed by the Grand Vizier himself.
By the Grand Vizier? In that case, you can go.
You look a bit nervous at the moment.
It's understandable. That lousy Black Moon sect is infiltrating everywhere.
But just what is this sect?
Hey, I'm no informer. You want information, you've only got to go see the town guide. Ahmed, open the door.
Thank you, Ahmed.
So yeah, now this is a section where we need to get a dromedary.
It's a little later. We are going to go to the city before. We need a weapon before that.
Oh yeah, you need to fight this guy in the arena. Okay.
I hope we get the cutscene.
So yeah, one of the reasons that we collected bombs earlier in the run.
Yep, exactly. That's the only enemy we are going to use. The bomb one, yeah.
So here we're supposed to have an NPC, but she doesn't appear.
Yeah.
The Tom player, he's a talker too, in bed. He's a former sect member. I think he could inform.
Yeah, for a while we had to do the whole city on the one side and to the other side to trigger that cutscene, but we found that glitch and it's way faster. So yeah, and that's not the best part. So yeah,
I think Cody did it during his GDQ run.
Yeah.
So here we go. We have the boss. So we're going to equip the bombs, and we're going to try to defeat the boss with that. If you look on the left side, I hope this version has that. You have the arm appearing. The arm is kind of fun because it's the way the game shows you how far you're going to throw the bomb. So the arm will flex based on how far you throw it, which is an interesting way to show how you're going to throw the bomb.
Yeah, but we don't use it that much. We always do the short one because it's faster. But yeah, that's a good animation. Yeah,
I really enjoyed the intention there.
Yeah,
very much.
And don't waste my time, otherwise I'll denounce you to the Grand Vizier's guards.
Oh, sure, not so loud. I was kicked out of this sect a long time ago for incompetence. What do you want with me?
Show me the passage to the sewers.
Okay, let's go.
In French, he has a French-Canadian accent for no reason. We don't know why, but...
Yeah. When you play with the French dub, he's actually Canadian.
Yeah, but don't ask us why, because it makes no sense in the context of the game, but...
The French dubbing, there's a lot of additional questions that we have when we play in French.
Yeah, and not that much answer. Oh, that's rude.
Yeah, but we'll still through, so because as well, something that could have happened there is that you actually take damage during level transition, so you could actually die when going from one screen to the next. Also, even though you have like 5 centimeters of water here, it's poisonous, so you die if you land in it. You lose health over time.
You don't want to get inside the water, yeah. Some fruit, yeah.
I think the French dubbers, the French actors were actually the people working on the game, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the most probable explanation. Oh, he grabbed the... Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Yeah, okay. You can grab the floor.
You can enter rooms from any side, so you can enter rooms from the top and sometimes from the bottom. I think we do it from the bottom for one of the... Can we even say it's a boss? There's an enemy that we have to do that way later on.
Oh, I killed it. Ah, no, okay. Okay. Is he dead? No, he's not dead. Okay. So yeah, this part can be a little scary when you are low on health. Please? Please?
Oop.
Let me, thank you.
There you go.
You want a potion and itself? I can drink a potion, I guess.
Yeah, look at this animation. It's fantastic.
Nice.
Eat?
I just love how he froze it.
Nice, that's a nice one, yeah. We are quickly saving and loading because the level doesn't load properly, and we will get to and cutscene more quickly. And then we are going to the Coliseum.
Yeah, suddenly we're going to have a kind of like a dragon to fight, and
I'm not even sure that's a dragon, but
we're going to backstab him, I think.
Yep, I'm going to backstab him for a long time.
Originally, we would use spell because you have spells in this game, like you can throw fireballs. But it's actually quicker to just backstab enemies because there's kind of a stealth system in this.
Yep, you just take your weapon out like that, and then you can go sneaky mode like that, and then it's one shot like everything. So if you can use it against an enemy, you do
there
it.
You go.
Yeah.
So this is a boss. Usually you would throw like tons of fireballs at him, but you can just murder him like that.
It's way quicker, yeah.
Obviously, the stealth system doesn't actually work.
Yeah,
of course
it's like most of the levels are just corridors, so you just activate enemies most of the time. The only way that you can use it is actually by going out of bounds, like what you're seeing right now.
Hey, come on, that's enough.
Yep.
Open up. All my papers are in order.
Are you a moron or what? You can't get out without a mount.
That's not cool.
So yeah, we need a dromedary.
Yep, and that's one of the longest part of the game right here, because we are going to talk to this guy 2 times, and he teaches a lot of stuff about the lore of the game, but the lore is not that interesting right here, so a story about how they built the castle and stuff like that, so yeah.
They were brought back by Nuruddin III, the Magnificent, during the Egyptian campaign.
But if we are late, we can skip it by cutting the sound. So don't hesitate to tell me if we are a little late. We can save 1 minute by cutting the sound.
What do you mean by cutting the sound? Like you turn up the audio and it cuts the cutscene?
Yeah, when you put the sound effect at 0, the cutscenes doesn't play. So yeah, that's another category. So that's why I'm not doing it when I'm running the game. But yeah, you can do it. I can show you. Okay, so we are supposed to talk to him a second time. But if we go to option, sound option, and put that.
Yeah, you're not missing anything because it's exactly the same dialogue, except that the character tells you that you're the 10,000th customer, and as a result, it gives you stuff for free.
Okay, we got it without waiting for 1 minute. So yeah, we are going to put back the sound, of course, but it was a little faster, of course. Like that.
I think it's the first time that I see this in a video game. The whole idea that if you turn the audio off, it skips the cutscene.
For some reason,
yeah.
you know.
All expenses paid.
Mustafa had his 1000th visitor. You can take the beast. He's ready to go. I filled him up for a week.
And I'm pretty sure it's these are American dollars that he has in his hand.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. That was probably a very good reason, you know, but... So, yeah.
Yeah, here we go. So, it's not the final stage yet. This stage is pretty annoying casually because it's a maze, an underground maze. But as you saw so many times already, walls are just an illusion in this game. And so we're going to go out of bounds and
yeah, but to be honest,
travel.
the wall is not just an illusion. It's yeah, they knew nobody would go that far.
The wall is not finished.
Yeah, no.
And your character is not finished as well. Yeah.
No.
So, pair of pants. Fantastic. So yeah, we're just moving towards the boss, and we're just going to stealth kill him as well.
Yep.
We just need to. It's like you don't have a lot of room to be able to stealth kill the boss, so we need to be a bit careful in on how we enter that section.
Yeah, because it's like a kind of Medusa, and if you come too close, you will die instantly, because you are supposed to get some item to be able to fight her, but
yeah, here we go.
we're not doing to do that.
This section is easier to enter from the bottom, so
yeah,
we go below, we get behind her, and we just stealth kill her.
Sometimes the sticks is a little too far. I don't want to come too close because I could die. Okay.
There we go.
Perfect.
Have you got an obsession or what?
And now
I mean-
I'll have all the little princesses just to myself.
I think I'll just take
What a
a
creep.
stroll over to the
yeah, he's the worst person I know. It'll take a lot of knife because I will not need the money later, so let's go. And we will have the final fight of the one coming soon. The time will not be just after that, but a little later on. But we are coming close from the end to the end.
Yeah, we kind of have like 2 levels left.
Yep.
The Sultan has disappeared.
Oh no, he was
He
evil all along.
kidnapped by those damned Black Moon sect fanatics. It is I who shall replace him from now on. I find we see you much too often these days, and I just wonder if you're not the cause of all our problems. In fact, you represent a threat to the kingdom, and that threat must disappear.
That's not very nice. I use his protective spell. Okay. No, he don't die, okay. Wait, I will reload because I don't know how to handle that. Okay, no, I don't. Why is it? He never teleport. Okay.
All right.
First time I'm seeing him teleport, but okay, let's go. Stop moving, please. Oh, wait, no. Oh, one key, yeah. Okay, we will need to improvise a little, but it will be fine. Don't worry.
You got this.
Yeah.
Yeah, a fun bug that we didn't see in the game. I mean, in this one, is that if you're low on health, your character will start making noises.
Okay.
Like it's really tired, and those sounds don't stop during cutscenes, so you just hear them throughout the whole game, which is pretty funny as well.
I'm a little sad we didn't get it.
It's like really, if you get the chance, try this game, because there are a lot of stuff that are really fun that we don't show in the speedrun, or we don't risk it too much.
Yeah.
Because playing this with your character low health is really dangerous.
Yep. We are not. No, I can't go from there. Yeah, we have a little jump of pace right here, expecting to go to the right place.
We just need to hope to hit the trigger for the next level.
We need to believe. We need to jump on a room directly and not outside, because I have no idea how you are supposed to enter the room if you are outside. So I hope we get it. I'm still hoping.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you just fall during. I will reload it again. I'm not sure it's working. Come on.
Oh, it's not making any sound. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, just the time.
There we go. Okay.
It touched the bottom of the screen now. It doesn't want to enter the cutscene. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, everything was going perfectly so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, apart from your 5 deaths before the dance.
Yeah.
Something went really well. So you had to to get something really bad.
Yeah, that's the kind of things.
Otherwise, it's not an Arabian Nights showcase.
Of course.
In my opinion.
No, but it always works in the end, but sometimes it takes its time. Yeah, he doesn't want to enter anything right now, okay. I will try to jump a little more to this side, I guess. It's quite a precise one, so yeah, I hope we get it eventually.
Yeah, I'm seeing people discussing the GDQ run that Cody made, and yeah, that one was great. It's like
yeah.
It's one of the runs that made me want to speedrun all full games. I really fell in love with the blog back then.
Yeah, I didn't see it when it happened, but when I saw the replay, I was like, yeah, I want to do that also.
It's like I think Arabian Nights and Titanic are probably two of my favorite runs from Awful Block.
It doesn't want to.
Yeah, that's weird because usually it's not that hard to.
No, I can play it like once maybe, but twice.
So the game is really finicky right now.
Yeah. That's the shame because we are very close from the end of the game, so. We just need to, and as I never struggle with that, I don't have a safe state for that case because I never had problem with that. But yeah, maybe.
And can you like go back in the room and redo like the whole setup, maybe?
Well, if I do, it's complicated to go back into the room. It's a little long, so it's possible, but. Not the good room. No. It's the same as just before. But it's progress.
Yeah, at least we got somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's like an improvement.
It's getting back on track. I feel it. Where are we? I have no idea where. I am on some. Okay, I don't know what is happening, but okay.
Who knows?
It felt like I fallen some. He died. Okay, yes, perfect.
All right.
yeah, Arabian Nights, that. Yeah.
Hey, at least you got somewhere else this time.
yeah, that's better than nothing. Yeah, obviously. Maybe tell this way. I'm trying to aim for a cloud in the horizon, but yeah, I don't know. It's supposed to be here, but that's the same part. So I'm not far, but I'm not exactly on it.
Yeah, at least things are happening now, so
you'll
get it soon.
Yeah. Soon. So music change. Supposed to be a good sign, but. Yeah, no, it's not going into. To this side. That's very, very weird. Okay, we got it. Yeah, I'm saving the game.
So, now we need to be careful not to soft lock.
yeah, of course. But yes,
if you talk to the bird from behind the cage, you soft lock the game because Ali can't walk towards the carpet.
Yep.
Of course not.
Unfortunately, we don't get a flying carpet level. It's all cutscene.
Aww.
Yeah, that's sad.
At least we made it.
Yeah, that's the most important
that was
part.
Kind of never happened before. Usually.
Yeah, honestly, I can fail it like once or twice, but more than that, it's quite weird. But okay, we are at the last level. That is supposed to be short if I get the skip correctly.
Yeah, the Sultan is in a cage, so we need to free him, and that will be the end. That was the room.
Yeah, we are
So
getting
we're almost through.
and
It's almost time, and it's time. Woo! GG Tomino.
Thank you.
But yeah, it got a bit stressful right at the
No, not at all. No, it went quite well, honestly, for the most part, except,
Thank you,
that last part.
Now I must return to my place on the throne. As I have the same powers as the princesses, you must embrace me, so that I can be beamed to the palace where I'll be with my daughters. They belong to you henceforth, and shall be your wives. And I appoint you Grand Vizier in place of he who failed at the task. Come on, just another little try, son. If that's not too much to order.
Yeah, we saved everyone.
That prickles. I'll make up for it with my little baby.
That face.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this guy is the worst.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, they did.
And yeah, that's the ending scene.
So yeah, one of them, I don't remember their names. The only one I can remember is Melissa.
Yes, I'm Melissa. But
we hear her name so many times, but yes, one of them we didn't rescue actually. So
yeah,
we only swing in this cutscene.
Yeah, she's probably somewhere else around the level. Maybe one day we'll rescue her, but not today.
Not today, no.
And yes, the credits, the best credits ever, of course. Yes, it was an adventure.
That face. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, if you go to the speedrun.com page, you see that that artwork a lot.
Yeah.
It's like used everywhere.
Yeah, clearly.
Well, what a beautiful showcase of an incredible game. Did either of you want to shout anything out before we start wrapping up for the night?
Yeah, quickly, I want to give some quick shout-outs. I want to shout out Le French Rush Stream, Fast and Fabs, and Nitro Speedrun, who are helping the scene in France tremendously. Also, the Prince of Persia and Badway communities that are very cool. Prince of Persia because they are hosting the Arabian Nights speedrun community. Also, huge thank you to Nitzel. It's always a pleasure, and to Street Bad Guys and PBB for the last one. That was very cool. And of course, to you, Conception, and all the Hotfix staff. That was really wonderful, and thanks a lot for having us.
Absolutely. Our pleasure. You have anything, Nitzel?
That's about it. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure. It's nice when I get an excuse to stay up to watch the show live instead of on YouTube. So yeah, I can't wait to come back at some point. I need to learn more awful stuff. It's been a while.
Hey, by all means, you know where to find me. So you learned something, you let me know. But thank you both so much.
Yeah, last thing, I'm part of I'm part of the BBG staff, and we're also Big Bad Game Marathon, who runs a marathon around the awful and silly games, and we'll have submissions open in July for the event on the on the 16th of September. So yeah, if you want a more awful and silly stuff, you can watch that.
Yes, please do. And if you want more awful and silly stuff, you probably do because you're watching this show. So
yeah,
you'll probably, and there's no shortage of excellent content that comes out of BBG each year. So big shout out to them. Yeah, thank you both so much again for showcasing this, and thank you to everybody who was watching the episode. If you happen to have missed out on Perilous Paths or Awfully Silly, stay tuned because we're going to replay both shows immediately after this. And if you want some more Hotfix content, you can tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern for Do All the Things and Parallel Universe, both incredible shows. So you won't want to miss those either. But yeah, thank you so much.